certain things that you choose to be, and there's certain things that God gave. You're born with one eye. You're born, one arm. You're born black. You're born white. You're born Asian. Like that's what's given to you. But when you choose to say, "Hey, I want to live as a giraffe," and then everybody else get mad at look at you
I'm
like
a dog
with two heads. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, "No, but I'm a giraffe." No, bitch. No, that's what you chose. So guess what? Once you choose that, we choose to sit here berate you because we think you're a crazy person.
Welcome back to the Oddly Enough podcast with
Cast.
Tristan and Jim. That's me. And he's Tristan.
That's me too.
This guy. I always fuck that up. No, we were folks, we were talking before we started to record this, and I was actually just thinking about like making a talking head video, and I get these little wild hairs up my ass occasionally where I'm like, you just like thought that pops in your head, and you're like, should I want to feel like this needs to go out because and I've probably said it before. It's something I probably made a video like my little coffee with Jim's that I do on Instagram. I probably said something about it before, but it's just like I see so many people like clout chasing, I guess is the word. I don't know if that's the right word, but they're just out looking for likes and shares and, this and that. And as much as we need that as content creators, I'm just like, that is such a turnoff for me. When people like, when like I get it, if you're like, this is what I want to do for my job, this is what I want to do. Like with you, I get it. I know that this is what you want to do. You want to make a living on social media, making content. Like I totally get that. I don't, something about it, man. I feel like there are other people that are doing it for the wrong reasons, whatever that may be. But like, I am the type of person that I don't care. Like, I mean, I want it I want the people to come and I want them to see this for you. It's like, and then on my other podcast, I want that to happen for those people that come on the show. And I know I've talked about this on my podcast plenty of times. I'm not interested in being a celebrity or blowing up and being an overnight sensation. I think that when people do that, I feel like it's probably not going to happen like you think it is, and then you're going to hurt your feelings. You're going to get in your ass about it, and if things aren't working exactly the way you want it to work or how you think it should work, you get booty hurt about it, and then you're like, maybe I'll just quit. And maybe you have something there. Maybe you've got something that's like could be gold. It could be that thing that sparks your internet sensation or whatever it is. Maybe people really love it, but you're not doing it. You're going to stop doing it because you're not getting the first reactions on the first things that you're uploading. And it's like, no, if you're going to do this life, if you're going to have this life, there's a couple things you need to do. You need to be consistent. You have to not be, I get like interacting with people in the comments because you want the comments to keep rolling and that way it pushes your video forward more. I get that. But you have to also know from jump that no matter how positive all the comments are, there's always going to be at least one or two or maybe more haters and assholes in there. And I really think, like I said, I liken it to like, the first time I uploaded a video to YouTube. I was so scared, and I think we talked about this as well, but like I was so scared. I felt like there was a thin veil between me, my video, and the entire world. Like, and on the other side of that veil was just an entire world, like just not, 9 billion people just clamoring, give me the video, give me the video. I uploaded it against my better judgment. I didn't really review it. I didn't really look at it all that much. I just edited it and then, exported it out of Premiere Pro and just called it a day. And then I'm like, all right, let's just upload this thing. And as soon as I did, I'm like, Oh, nothing happened. Nobody saw it. I think to this day, my very first video that I posted, I think it still only has like 100 views.
Yeah.
But that is, and I could have said, fuck this. I'm not doing this. No one's even watching. But I didn't. I got into a mode where every single week I was going to create some kind of new video, new talk about a new topic, do something, and whether other people were talking about the same thing, whether they were doing it better, I didn't care, and I go back and look at some of my old videos and I know they're trash. I mean, they were straight trash. I was learning how to edit video. I had no idea what I was doing, you know. And then cut to today, I've like I've got this whole production in here, and I'm live streaming with guests and and I have had like to my face, which is the best to me. I love that more than anything, but I've had a lot of people that I've met and a lot of the guests that come in even, but they come in and they're like, this is really something, man. This is really something. This is really cool. I love what you're doing here. I love how it looks. I picked up a client. Shout out Team Ambition Fitness, John Robinson with Team Ambition Fitness. He loved it so much he wanted to do his podcast just like mine. Like he told me, he's like, I literally want it to look exactly how you do yours. And the only difference is he's not live streaming. So I just
Right, right.
literally open OBS and turn on the cameras and hit record, and they just do their thing. And when it's an hour, I give him the 5 minutes out, and then he just starts wrapping it up, and it's been great. We've done 2 episodes thus far, and he wants to only do 5. And I told him, if you want to do more further than that, like, I can help you set something up in your own home,
Mm,
or we can continue to do it here. I just know that, paying me to do this, it's going to get a little bit costly, and you could be saving money if you just buy yourself the gear. I can help you set it up. I can show you how to use it, and then all you got to do is turn it on and go.
right.
And he's doing it smart. Like, he's buying 5 episodes, and that's it for now, because I think a lot of times people start doing social media, they start doing podcasts, they start doing TikTok or whatever it is. And they, just like what I was talking about earlier, they don't get the reaction that they think they should be getting. Maybe that's hubris, maybe their ego is involved. But and so they'll just quit. And then now you've got all this $1,000 of equipment that you got to try to sell for half price on fucking Facebook Marketplace, you know and it was a waste of your time. It was a waste of the people that joined and watched. It's a waste of their time because you gave up. And what's crazy is, like, I got excited the first podcast audio it was just audio, the first audio podcast I ever uploaded, and the first 5 downloads I ever got, one of them was probably me, but I was just like, holy shit, 5 people downloaded my podcast. I'm not sure if they listened. You don't get those stats because with just the audio, all you see is the downloads. That's what the metric is. But like, it's not like YouTube, where YouTube, you can see the view time, the average view time, and it tells you where they stopped and this graph and all this shit, and I don't look at those metrics. Like, I'm gonna be honest with you, and I know this is probably it's painful to hear, because I know this is what you want to do with your life. You love this. I love it. What I don't love is the side that, like, is toxic. I don't love sitting there looking at the stats every 5 seconds, trying to figure out where my SEO went wrong, and what could I do better. All I want to do is come in and create a good show, have a good conversation with someone, and if people watch, they watch. You know?
Yeah, I mean, I agree with you 1,000%. I would say I don't want to do this for the rest of my life, or like make this my only uh way of making money. Like the first thing
No,
is
but it would be a
this is
fun.
fun.
It would be a fun
It's
source of
fun.
income.
Right. Like the first thing is fun first. Like I love doing podcasts and all that. If I didn't, I wouldn't be doing it for all these years. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Like it's
100%.
save like for you like so the main thing for me when I start, with me we talked about this, but the main thing for me was always how can I utilize social media to help me with my business? So, me doing reactions and stuff like that, that started just because I was trying to get more followers.
Mm-hmm.
So I could get people on my page more so I could get, more engagement and stuff like that. And I know for a fact people didn't give two shits about what I said on there if it didn't have anything to do with me when I started doing reactions and this and that. You know how much stuff I posted about me being in movies and all types of shit? Nobody gives a fuck about that. Nobody cares.
But that's
So
the stuff that you
for me
want to
to have
promote.
exactly. So for me, I have to use a bait and switch because if I don't do that, who gives a damn? I want you to care about my real accolades when I'm the stuff that I done did in my real life. This social media shit is a game to me. Like not YouTube itself. YouTube itself to me, I look at it as a business. To me, that's just how I would look at it. All this other rest of the shit is a joke. It's a joke. It's only fun. That's it. That's all I look at it as. It's not anything that I say because it's so volatile. First and foremost, you don't know. It's a luck of the draw, especially with all of the social media platforms because it's whatever the algorithm wants to put you in.
Right.
You know how many times we talked about it? You know what I'm saying? And nauseum on this podcast about me posting something that I wasn't even going to post, and I get 30, 500,000, fucking 100,000 views on a video. That is bullshit. It's bullshit content.
Insane.
But 100,000 people watch this shit. You get what I'm saying? And that's mainly my frustration with all of this, is because you can put in so much damn work, bro, and it kills me. We did a short a few months ago, and yes, we did it in not even a half a day.
Right.
The editing process took forever. Took us, you know what I'm saying? Like, it didn't take forever in the sense of like weeks or whatever, but it took enough time to sit down, get the concept, put it together, be on a phone call, do whatever you do, edit on the phone, all that stuff. And then we get 100 views. Yes, that shit bothers me because we put out fucking good content. And it's always going to bother me because there's people out here, and I'm going to say it bluntly as possible, these bitches are out here in they fucking bra and panties and they got 100,000, 200,000 motherfuckers on their goddamn platform. And they ain't got no talent. Not they can't sing, they can't play a piano, the bitches can't even blow a goddamn recorder from fucking second grade. You know what I'm saying?
They can clap
That
their
shit
ass.
bothers me. That shit fucking bothers me, bro. Because we have not just me. There's other entertainers out there that I see that I'm like, or not even entertainers, videographers, photographers, fucking just average people that have talent. Or they know how to enunciate, they know how to speak on camera. Those people don't get the same unless they're talking bullshit. You know what I'm saying? And to me, I don't want to feed into the bullshit. That's why right now, like when you was talking about earlier, like you saying why I'm not doing certain things right now is because it's not important. Like the most important thing is me getting my fucking car back on the road, getting my money back up. You know what I'm saying? That's the two most important fucking things. Social media is the last fucking thing to me. That's like when I used to be on the toilet back in the day and I grabbed a magazine. It's a fucking visual magazine now. That's all it is to me. It's a magazine. You know what I'm saying? I scroll through that shit. I see a few little funny things. That's whatever case may be. A lot of that shit I don't even like. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't want to add on to that. You already got the analytic that I watched it, but you ain't getting a like.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it is extremely frustrating to know that you could put in so much goddamn work, so much fucking work, and nobody pays attention to it unless you shaking your ass. You're a fucking degenerate. You out here saying dumb shit about relationship fucking content. That's the only time people gives a fuck. I told you even the last time we was on the last podcast, my brother came to me and said, "Oh, why you post this, then the third? You don't care about the puppy. You don't care about the dude, the little boy graduating. You don't care about the lady in the cop hugging because she had a bad day. You don't care about that. You care about the murder. You care about the whatever the case may be. You care about the person getting slapped, the fights. That's the only thing you see. You didn't see out of 10 of those, there was another five that was great. But
Yeah.
you only saw the bad shit. You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it's fucking frustrating, bro. It is so frustrating, bro. And it's like the more it's like it just shows you how fucking idiotic the world really is. The world is so stupid. Not the world, the people in the world are so
Yeah.
fucking stupid and gullible. Like, is this what public schools made? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like
Well,
this shit is fucking stupid, bro.
this is what society has made. These kids, man, there's a generation of kids that like grew up seeing all these people get famous on Vine and then TikTok and YouTube, like Markiplier, all these guys getting famous from doing the same shit that they love to do in their free time. And they're like, oh, I could do that. But I'm here to tell you, I wouldn't wish this life on fucking anybody. Honestly, like if I'm being honest, I wouldn't push this on my worst enemy. Because it is so frustrating. It'll make you pull your fucking hair out. It'll make you question everything in life. And like you just said, it makes you realize it makes you realize just how dull people are in their minds. And I'm not trying to hate on anybody
Yes.
that's viewing, but
It's the truth. We
the
not hating.
no, it's not, but it's the algorithm that's hating on you because they force out the shit that's just the dumbest lowbrow fucking shit you've ever
Yep.
fucking seen. And the only way that you can really grow is if you've got to be doing a hustle like no other. Okay? The words that one of my guests, his name was Ben's 47. He painted this. Um he said, you got to be fucking annoying. You got to post like the same video 50 fucking times. Who cares? Post every single day, 6, 7 times a day, 6, 7. You know, just
Hmm.
just do the shit. I mean, be annoying. Piss everybody off because they're tired of seeing your fucking shit. But guess what? You post so much and so upload so much that there's no way to get around it. I don't want to be
It's a
that
catch
guy.
22 to that though. It's a catch 20. Like I agree. You don't want to be that guy.
I
Like,
don't.
why can't I just generally get the engagement
Hmm.
instead of me having to force it down your throat? I don't.
Right.
That's how I feel about these other people. They're forcing shit down my fucking throat.
Yeah.
I'm going down my timeline and I don't want to see this shit. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying?
Well, I
So
mean,
it's like,
it's a hustle for sure. I mean, like, the comedian, my friend Scott, shout out Scott Watley. He does a lot of like your reels. Like he'll do like stitches with like reactions to stuff. Like he'll have
yeah, I seen a few.
fun.
Yeah, I
Okay,
started
yeah.
following.
So you'll see, and then he'll do a little joke after the video, and I think it's great. And he's not getting the views that he would like to, but he has a huge following.
Right.
Which is crazy to me. I think he's like in the 25 to 30,000 followers on
You
Instagram,
see how crazy that sounds?
but he's like getting 2 or 3 likes on his videos, and I'm like, what
You
the
know
fuck?
another thing though? I don't mean to cut you, but
No, go for it. Cut
now
away.
that I'm sitting here thinking, think about how many social media platforms we have nowadays. Like before, it was the major ones was just Facebook, Instagram. Twitter wasn't doing anything video wise. They weren't doing anything but words. That's it. And it was only but so many words you could put the characters you could put in a box. You know what I'm saying? For a
Mhm.
post. Now they have video. They have everything. They got lives. They got fucking what's the other shit called? They got some other shit where you could just pretty much y'all speaking and
Oh
nobody
yeah,
else
yeah,
could
yeah, yeah, yeah.
and there's no video. I mean no video, it's just
You're
all
right.
speaking and shit. Spaces.
Faces. Yep.
You got Kick, you got uh uh
We need to look
TikTok,
into
you got
Kick.
that's a nut. I heard Kick is a little bit more yeah. Like we might need to live stream on Kick for sure. For
Yeah.
sure, for sure.
Yeah.
Um But yeah, so like you got all of these different platforms. Like Kick just started doing live streams and video within the last 2, 3 years, like two
Right.
years. Like that wasn't a thing. It was just
Mhm.
words. So now we have so many platforms. Snapchat, fucking YouTube got shorts now. You know what I'm saying? Like we got this bullshit ass threads. Like it's so many social media platforms that everybody's not staying on one platform anymore.
Mhm.
They're bouncing all around.
Mhm.
Because I do it sometimes. You get what I'm saying? Well, I might be on Facebook 1 minute and I see something and then I click on something that should lead me to a whole other platform.
Mhm.
Now I'm on this platform. You know what I'm saying?
What I've noticed is with my algorithm, I'm getting the same shit on Facebook that I'm getting on Instagram that I'm getting on TikTok. Like
Which is weird because TikTok not in,
it's
is
not
not
connected.
even yeah, it's not connected, but we
But
know Instagram, Threads, and what you call it, and Facebook are definitely all connected.
oh yeah. But like I think what it is these creators are and before I go for any further, I want people to understand we're not complaining and whining that we're not getting enough views. That not that at all. You know, I think what I'm saying, and I'm sure what you're saying, is that if you want to have this be your life, it can frustrate the piss out of you to no end because you work so hard and you try so hard to make good content and intelligent content, which apparently that's not what the algorithm wants. It wants lowbrow fart jokes and shit, and pratfalls and just dumb shit. And I can't remember where I was going before that, but it don't even matter. Oh, well, what it tells me is that these people are working like nonstop, and they're just all they do with their life. All they do is just upload to here, 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 and then rinse and repeat. And I
And
got
it's
news.
nonsense. Oh,
Yeah, it is nonsense. And I work a full-time job. So trying to be a content creator, if that's what you want to call it, it's
I
almost
hate calling it that.
I don't like it either. I don't like that word. I don't like that moniker at all because that's not what I'm doing. I'm not trying to be a content creator. I am someone
Exactly.
who likes to have cool conversations with people I love, and that's all I'm doing, and I'm putting it out into this
Creatives.
to the world that maybe people will enjoy the conversation and get something from it, actually get something from it, and you know uh maybe it'll help them, maybe it won't. Like our conversations that we have, they're real. I mean, it's just two
Yeah.
guys. We're not like scripting this.
No.
We're not putting on
No.
airs. We're not
We don't
like,
have topics and shit.
no, this isn't, these aren't, yeah, these aren't fucking characters that we made. This is just us
Right.
talking about things that maybe we've seen earlier that made us feel a certain way, or whatever, man. And I love these conversations more than anything, dude. Like I'm so happy that, because I know you got so much things going on in your mind, and I know you got a lot going on, and it can be a lot. And things like this, it's easy to go, you know what? That's not important right now. I really need to focus on this. And I would completely understand if you did that. However, I look forward to these conversations. I love you, man. You're like my brother. From another mother. I mean,
Definitely.
and I don't even talk to my own family as much as I talk to you. You know what I mean? And
Right,
I
right.
get kind of espresso when I'm like sitting around on a fucking Tuesday, and I'm like, well, how come I haven't how come I haven't reached out to Tristan? How come
Yeah,
I haven't touched base with him? Like not to make content, not to fucking make a video or record some
exactly.
shit, but just to find out how you're doing, man. I think about you all the time, dude. I worry. This has become my newest problem. And most of it is about you. I worry about you a lot. Um but I've gotten this new thing where like anybody that has an issue in their life where they're like really, down in the dumps, or like feeling like life's not going the way they want it to go, and they're kind of depressed a little bit, I sit around. I may be watching TV. I may be eating dinner. I may be sitting on the toilet. Who knows what I'm doing? Just normal everyday life stuff. But like, I think about those people, And I'm
Yeah.
like, God, man, what are they doing? Like my friend Jay, I worry about him every day. I think about him and I worry about him every single day. There's so many people that I've met that have come in here and I've sat down and talked to, you know, uh, guy Marshall Malone, I sat down with, Upside Down Creative Media, shout out. He's brilliant. I would love to get him into the fold, but he's got a lot going on in his life, and every time I see somebody that, like, if something, just one little hiccup in their life and it shuts everything down. And I'm like,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? And it makes you feel like, "Uh, you good, bro? Like, everything okay?"
Yeah.
But you can't, if you sit, I mean, it's like empath is, I've always been told that I'm kind of an empath. You
Same
know,
here.
I feel other people's feelings. Uh,
Oh,
and it's like it gets to be a lot. I worry
it's a
constantly,
burden.
dude. But it's not something that anybody asked me to do. It's just something that my brain has started to tell me. Like, I'm not everybody's daddy, so I can't be worried about every single person and what they're fucking doing all the time. If I worry about what you're doing more than you are, then there's something wrong there. You
Right,
know,
right, right,
but
right.
for you,
Just know I'm always in worry mode. So
I know. But well, like with,
until I pray, and then once I pray, I leave it to God. You know what I'm saying?
hey, I mean, like, if that's what you do to make you feel better, but like with you, I don't know, man. Like, I have been more excited and happy about, like, this friendship than just about any I've had in the last, like, 10 years.
Same here, bro.
And it's not because we, do stuff like this, or you edit videos, or none of that. Like, I truly
Y'all don't talk to us behind. Y'all don't get to see the conversations behind the scenes.
right. Like,
Well, listen to the conversations.
exactly, exactly. It's hard to connect with people. For me, at least, it is. It really is.
Especially nowadays.
Yeah, I have a really hard time connecting with people. I always worry that, they're gonna go away, or they're just gonna fall off the face of the earth one day, and I'll never see them again. Like, I think about that shit all the time, and maybe that's from, like, when I was a kid, and after my dad and mom got divorced, and then she was dating, and there would be a guy, and then he would never come around again. Who knows? I mean, a lot of people like to put shit off on their childhood, and I'm a firm believer in, if you can say
It's a
in
big
your
part of it, though.
brain, oh, it probably started there. Okay, well, that. So do something about it. If you're cognizant about where this thing happened and where it started, you have the ability to be aware of that. You have the ability to change it.
I believe I agree with you, except for the change. I think it's still there. It's just you have to continuously work on.
Yeah.
Because I don't believe it. You just change from
No,
that. Like it's one of those things you just like I've had abandonment issues. Now I got to the point where I'm just like, oh, I know people gonna leave me, so it is what it is. You know what
yeah.
I'm saying? Like, but I
Mhm.
used to be that same person where I'm like, oh shit, they gonna fucking leave, and I never speak to them. Now it's like it's social media out here. As long as you got a social media, I can fucking catch up with you somehow. You know what I'm saying? Before it's like somebody to walk out of your life, you never gonna see them again. Now it's you could find them on some social type of social media, or the universe will bring y'all back together.
Somehow.
You know what I'm saying? And for me, I'm one of those people like I got friends. I got somebody that's like my brother, Dave. I ain't talked to Dave in a couple years, and that's my dog. That's one of my day ones, my brother, all of that. You know what I'm saying? That man that see me crying some more shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he sent me in one of my worst moments ever. Literally on tape. He sent it to me not too long ago, from 10 years ago, over 10 years ago. You get what I'm saying? And
Mhm.
like nothing stops. And it's just we get right back on the phone. We only thing stops is the immature shit. Now we just more mature and we fucking talking about way more mature conversations. You get what I'm saying? But we was always connected. Of course there's a few other people as well, but I'm just saying like just the most recent. But like that's just who I am. Like I'm not one of those people that be like, oh, I haven't talked to them no more. I'll never talk to them again because they ain't called me. Like, no,
Right.
it could be fucking life. Or you just be like, it just y'all just grow apart, or just life itself. Like sometimes you go that way, sometimes you go that way. And at some point y'all might meet back again. You get what I mean? And
Yeah.
everybody is not for me, I don't need a million people in my fucking life every day. Like I just don't.
I
There's
agree.
times where I just want to sit here and I want to freaking grab my damn sketchbook and do some sketches and shit and call it a day. Like I don't. It's times I just want like, like I was telling you earlier this week, bro. I couldn't create. Like I have a short film I'm supposed to be color correcting, and I've got to edit the first scene. I could not create, and I wasn't gonna force myself to. Let me rephrase that. I couldn't focus on editing.
Right.
I grabbed my sketchbook and I started sketching because I couldn't do it. Like as much as I
You hit a
sat here and I'm
wall.
just like, bro, it's not. It was like a wall. It's like a mental wall though.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It's not
Yeah.
a physical wall. It's just that mental wall of like, oh my God, bro. Like, come on, bro. Like, just please, God, just give me a miracle. Just
Mm-hmm.
give me a miracle. Like, just one miracle. And if I fuck it up, that's something different. You know what I'm saying? But if you just let me at least just give me a miracle, please.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that helps. That helps me when I got like of course society made it to the point where we have to have certain things to fucking live. You get what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
Mhm.
So now you got to worry about the societal bullshit, but you just like, yo, I just want to I just want to make some money because that's what we have to do, and I just want to be comfortable. You get what I mean? I don't want to have to worry about me gotta walk fucking miles to go get something to fucking drink or eat or whatever the case may be. This and the third. Like I want to be able to just grab my fucking car or grab a bike or whatever the case may be and hop on my shit and go about my business and come back and not sitting here like, oh shit, I'm fucked up. You know what I'm saying? And I try not to be in that mode where it's like, because I don't do it with the world where I'm saying like, woe is me to the world, but I'm saying it to myself. And I'm like,
Right.
what the fuck are you doing, my nigga? Like, excuse me, y'all, but I like, what are you doing? What are you doing? You get what I'm saying? And I know I'm doing shit. That's the point. Like I'm doing the shit, but fucking nothing's coming out of it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
I do.
And that's the most frustrating shit ever. It's a difference when you're 20 years old, when you're in your early 30s, but when you get 40, bro, and going up, that shit is like that's not the same. You're not thinking the same. You're not in your youthful stage where you sitting there, you're just like, oh, I got time. I ain't got time. I don't have time. And the time that I'm putting all in, I'm putting this time in and I'm praying and I'm hoping and praying every freaking day or just praying that it works. I'm
Yeah.
not doing this just for nothing. I don't necessarily have to be in front of the camera. I've been behind the camera for so many years. I talked to somebody not too recently and they're like, bro, you always been behind the camera. They had to remind me. Like they said, you just professional now. Before, but you always had a camera. You always was recording. You always was doing music. You was always doing this shit. I have a podcast from 2008. I was doing my first podcast, y'all, that I should upload on fucking Facebook
I
today.
wish you would.
Was 2008, a visual podcast. Me and my homeboy Squeeze, Squeeze.
That
Me and
motherfucker.
my homeboy Squeeze did this podcast, a visual. Before this was a thing, I did not have nowhere to upload the shit. You get what I'm saying? But I made it. So I've been doing this for umpteen fucking years before it was even a thing. Before I
Yeah.
even knew what a podcast was. Before podcast was a visual thing because it was on Apple Music. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, Apple Music only. You know what I'm saying? You had to, I mean, sorry, not Apple Music, iTunes, because Apple Music wasn't
Mhm.
even a thing yet. It was on iTunes only. That's where podcast was at. You
Yeah.
couldn't find a podcast nowhere else.
Yep.
So that I've been doing this for so many fucking years, and I always forget, and then I'm like, I'm to the point where now, like, because I'm professional with this shit, I need
Mhm.
money to come in.
Yeah.
Before it was, oh, I'm just trying this shit. I'm trying to figure it out. Everybody's trying to figure this internet shit out. But now it's like, it's here. I know it's money out here. Why the fuck I ain't getting it? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That's the frustrating part. I don't know, man. Like, you have a talent. You have a real talent. Like, I thought I was hot shit before I met you. Like, no
Oh,
shit.
God.
No, listen, I'm not just sucking your cock here. Okay.
I know she not. Let me stop.
My mouth don't open that big. Um,
Boy.
no, but like seriously, like I'm not stroking your ego. I'm just telling you,
No,
like
I know what you said, bro.
I was like, I'm pretty good. I'm pretty good at editing. I make pretty good videos, and then I watch your stuff, man. Like, and I've seen some of the other projects that you do that are not like reaction videos and all the other things that you were talking about. I've seen those when you do like you did a vlog out on a street corner underneath just a street light or something, and you were just talking to the camera, and it was cool, man. I like that because it's like on location. But I'm just saying you have a real talent for not only editing but filming, and that's when I saw that. I think I saw that before you came on the podcast. When you were still doing the other podcast, I invited you
Yeah,
on.
yeah. I know what you're talking about. When I did it at Regency. Yeah,
Yeah, and I was
yeah.
just
I know
like,
what you're talking about.
I saw that, and I was like, and then I watched your skateboard video, the vlog that you
Ah,
did with the
one of my
skateboard.
favorites.
It's dude,
Yeah,
it's dope, man. And
one of my favorites.
I was like, this is a real vlog. Like this is what it should be. It's entertaining, and I mean, like every time you start to kind of like wane on like interest, it's like you switch to another gear.
Yeah,
And you keep drawing people, so you have the knack, you have that talent, and that's something that needs to be fostered. It needs to be elevated by other people. And if I'm the only motherfucker over here clapping for you, man, I'm gonna give you your flowers as much as
my
possible.
dog, my
And
dog,
but
man.
I mean, yeah, I mean, it's super frustrating for you, I'm sure, but it's even, I mean, I can't say it's more frustrating for me, but like I see you out here doing this fucking shit, and I'm like, oh, where the fuck is everybody? They people need to see this dude, man. Like,
Yeah,
and I think part of that was like that's like okay, maybe we get together and do some stuff, because maybe my little whatever I know combined with his expertise, maybe we can make something together that would be cool. And I genuinely think that everything that we've done together has been awesome. You know,
absolutely. Fuck yeah.
yeah,
Fuck
and
yeah.
well, and the cool part is we're not playing to an audience. We're
Nope.
we're, we're just
We
playing.
doing this because we like this shit.
Right. And
We
I
don't even think about y'all. Just being honest.
100%.
We think about y'all.
I mean, really
We
and
do this
truly,
shit for us.
I'm never going to see any of the people that watch our stuff. I'm never going
Right.
to probably never going to meet them, so it's like my day-to-day still happens every single day. Like I
Yep.
get up every morning, I go to fucking work, I come home. It's like nothing changes for me, but I feel good about doing something that was fucking so fun doing it, and it just watching the editing process and going back and like when we were doing those Zoom videos where we were like kind of going over the editing process and just watching it back with you was like one of my favorite things. It was so fun, that just that one thing that we did together.
Yeah.
um
More to come.
yeah. I mean, as long as you don't like pick up and leave, but hey,
We're gonna talk about that off camera.
even that, I was already thinking about how can we make a video together but in separate places.
Mm,
Because I mean, if you think about it, I mean, if you shoot it like it's a single camera, we'll probably never be in the same shot anyways. As long as
right, right.
we can find like an area or a location that looks similar to the other person's location, we could make it seem like we're standing right in front of each other talking.
Facts.
You know what I'm
Facts.
saying?
That's facts.
And so
But
yeah, totally, dude. And I would love to do that, I mean, because we do have a bit of a distance issue right now, but, um, and we're both in the same kind of situation with transportation.
yeah. Yeah,
um,
I took the bus
did you?
the last few days. Yeah, man. I did been on the bus a few times within the last week or so. And
Where, to like a different side of town or just like down the street?
yeah, yeah. Just like going across that. 'Cause remember I had to go across town to shoot and all that stuff
Oh,
too
yeah,
over the
yeah.
west side.
Hmm.
So like,
How much is a
so yeah,
fucking bus
it's
to get over to the west side?
I'm gonna tell you. So one way, just to go one bus one way is $1. Surprisingly,
Really?
but the fucking bus can only come out here once an hour.
Um,
It ain't like up north where I'm from, where we get a bus every 15, 20 minutes.
right.
And then not only that, when you get on the bus, they tell you like when I got on there, you got certain bus drivers for sure. they're gonna stop at every stop, and if they be like, "Oh, we're 2 minutes early. We're gonna sit here for 2 minutes."
Yeah,
Like, what the bitch? If you don't drive this goddamn bus,
I've
you
seen
know what I'm
that.
saying? So, but then I get it at the same time because it's like, what if the other person not at the bus stop fast enough? But then it's like, put more buses on the road. It's simple. This is a huge state. It's just a huge city. Why wouldn't you have much better public transportation? That little
Hmm.
skywalk don't do shit. That shit goes from a block to a block.
Hmm.
Y'all buses don't go in neighborhoods. They don't
Right.
go close enough to neighborhoods. You know what I'm saying? For me to get all the way out to where you at, the closest I can get to is the mall. That's the closest I can get to. There's
Mm.
no bus go past there. You get
There,
what I'm saying?
there's a park and ride down the street from me.
Shit, that probably come like every 6 hours.
Oh, I've never seen a bus go in there
Exactly. So
ever.
there's no bus that come out there. There's a parking ride, but there's no bus that come out
Yeah, I
there.
don't. They put the parking lot up years ago. I've never seen a bus go in there and pick people
Never
up.
seen a bus. I'm telling you,
Nope.
the furthest you could go is the mall. I
Yeah.
won't say what mall, but that's the furthest you could go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I've tried when I was on the bus, I used to have to catch the bus, and I'm like, yeah, don't go no further than this.
Yeah.
That's the end of the road. So it's only but so far you go. And Jacksonville is
It's too
large, huge.
big.
It's
It's
retarded
too big
big.
to not have that. To not have enough public transportation.
It's
It's
dumb.
yeah. That we need more. I agree with you. We definitely need more
Even if
public
they have a,
transport.
even if they had a subway that stays above ground, because of course we
Mhm.
can't go underground. I'm
Right.
in Florida.
No.
That's nothing. You know, if you could get a train that goes from the beach all the way to freaking Oakleaf,
Mhm.
huh? You know how
Yeah.
many people will be on that train?
Oh yeah. Well, they
It's a
just
it's a one shot. It's
that
literally a one shot.
that road to go from there to there is like, I mean, now there's tolls and shit that you have to go through.
Exactly.
I-10 toll road.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what the fuck, dude? Just give me a bus. I'll take it, or a
Just give,
train.
and people would be on the. Why you think people in New York don't give them by the car? Because they have ways of getting around.
Oh, I
They
know.
know they're in a place where it's huge, and you could go from train to train, to bus, and it's nothing. You just put your headphones in and you just fucking go about your
Mhm.
business. But you know you could get somewhere on time. You don't have to leave your house 2.5 hours early and then still get to your destination an hour early because you don't
Right.
want to be late. So you have to get there an hour early. So now you traveling for 3 fucking hours. You know what I mean? That's most of your day right there. I remember when I was on the bus, yo, and I was coming from Orange Park all the way to Mayport. I
Hmm.
got up at 4 o'clock every morning. I'm sorry, I got up at the bus came at no, sorry, bus came at 4:45. So I got up at about 3ish, 4ish in the morning. Right, had to be
Hmm.
on the bus by 4:45 just to get to work by 7. You get what I'm saying? I'm getting up at so mind you, then I'm on the bus for another 3 hours going or two and a half hours going. Then on the way back, it's about 3 hours, sometimes four, because depending on traffic. So I'm on the bus just as much time that I'm at work.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? And
Hmm.
it takes nothing to fucking get more buses, and that brings more jobs because people with CDLs and some more stuff could drive the goddamn buses.
100%. Yeah.
It just don't. It makes no sense.
Maybe we need to go see our congressperson.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, even down south got the tri rail.
Hmm.
Even they have the tri rail. It's not the. It doesn't go from neighborhood to neighborhood, but it goes from city to city.
Hmm.
That shit literally takes you from Fort Lauderdale all the way down to Miami. I think even further, Boca Raton or some more shit. You know what I'm saying? Because
No,
I've been
I
on
agree.
tri rail.
I didn't.
So
I've never heard of it, but I'm sure it's there,
yeah,
and I 100% agree. We need more public transportation. I don't know who the fuck we gotta talk to,
I don't know either.
but we need to get that shit going. People are worried about this and that and all this dumb shit, but like, like they're talking about like the big buzz is Ron DeSantis is trying to get rid of homeowner tax home fucking fuck income tax, like homeowners income tax, like, or whatever the fuck not income tax, but I can't even think of words right now, but he's trying to get rid of the taxes on homes, because people pay off their homes, and then their land and their home is now worth so much money, and we have to pay taxes on that.
Right.
Um, so he's trying to get rid of that. And I was having that conversation with my daughter today, and she's like, "Yeah, that would be kind of cool." I said, "Yeah, watch what's going to happen they'll get rid of that tax, and then we're gonna see. You think we got toll roads now?
Hmm.
You're gonna pay a toll
Hmm.
every time you get off. You get on that interstate, toll. To
Yep.
get off the interstate, toll. Everywhere will be a fucking toll, and everybody's gonna have to get those little sun passes because
Yep.
ain't nobody gonna want to stop and put some change in the toll. It ain't gonna happen. But
Hey, I lived in Jersey. To get off of the highway,
yeah,
you had to have exact change in your car.
yep.
There's no person in the toll booth. It's a
You dump it
booth,
in the
and then
yep
there's a thing that like comes out like a cone,
a
and you
net.
just throw the change in there.
Yeah, we used to have that. We used to have that, and they got rid of that and replaced it with this tax that they're trying to get rid of. And I don't know which one's better, but the
I think the tolls is horrible.
our state is finna get that money. They gonna get their
Yeah,
damn money one way or the
yeah.
other. They're gonna get paid. Like, how do you think all this road construction and widening the lanes and paving new paving the roads and school systems and fire department? How do you think all that shit gets paid for?
Facts.
Homeowners insurance or tax. That tax is where it comes from.
Because
That's
we don't have any state tax.
Well, we used to have a fuckload of tolls everywhere. I don't know how long you've been in Florida, but there used to be tolls everywhere. I remember when I would ride around with my mom. She always had a her ashtray in her car because back in the old days,
Mm-hmm.
cars had those
You had
little pull down
ashtrays.
ashtrays right in the center console, and it would be just full of change. And
Same here. Same
yeah, we
here.
would stop, and every time we stopped, it was like fucking toll, toll, toll. And then I remember when they got rid of the tolls, everybody was so excited. I wasn't even driving yet, but they were like, tolls are going away, and then they instituted a tax. And
Which
it's
I
like,
mean, I understand why a lot of times you have to pay a toll. Like, let's say when they built the Matthews Bridge, because I heard it was. I've seen pictures of the toll on the Matthews Bridge, and I get it. You gotta figure out a way to pay that bridge tax,
that's a fucking mess.
bridge back. So I get it that you gotta figure out how to get them funds back, and that's probably a good way to do it. But to continue it once it's paid off is another fucking story. So
Yeah, well,
I'm glad that they did get rid of that shit because
see,
I'm telling you, like, how many days I've been broke in my car and
oh yeah,
I got $1 to my name. You imagine if I had to give
yep.
$1 to the toll, I will, man, I'm probably gonna run into that goddamn toll.
Yeah, well, it's like my friend Zoe. She doesn't work there anymore, but she was Ubering to work and home. And it was only like 8 miles. It wasn't even that bad, but it was like, and it was like $7 or $8. Sometimes different times of the day and different drivers
Oh
and
yeah,
different
yeah.
days. It
Some
might
days
be
it'd be
less, it
20,
might be
30.
more. Yeah, but so I was like, God damn, girl, you're fucking working so that you can Uber to work.
Yep.
What the fuck? Like
I had a kid that worked with me when I did security that used to do that. I'm like, bro, you got to. I encouraged him like, bro, you can't work this site, bro. Like, you don't have any money. I
mm-mm.
get it. You're trying to, excuse me, but you don't have any money. You're spending all of your money just to Uber here, and that's
Right.
even my issue right now because I don't have a vehicle, and that's why I caught the bus the other day
Yeah.
because they told me to Uber from here to close to Oakleaf. It was $160 fucking dollars.
Yeah.
I paid $2 that day. I had the director's son come and meet me downtown, and they
hmm
came and brought me the rest of the way. $2. I got on the bus. It wasn't the most pleasant fucking what you call it, but
Oh,
it was better
sure.
than me trying to come up with $160 that I don't have for
hmm
an Uber ride. Are you crazy? To
Yep.
go across town, and listen, that's to go one way. That's not even to come back. So you telling me I had to pay $300 fucking dollars to go across town?
That's what it would have sounded like.
That's insane.
Yep.
That is insane, bro. And I know for a fact because I've drove Uber for many years. That's why my car is one of the reasons why my car is fucked up. You don't get that. Let's say if that
Oh
$160
no.
ride, you probably get 60 and Uber gets 100.
Yep.
That's the most fucked up part about it. It's not even about, what I mean, me paying the one. It's damn, the person that's driving can't even get damn near a fourth of that. What do you want to call it? I can't even figure out
Don't worry about math. No one
the
cares.
frustration. I mean, that's the frustration, the fraction.
No, I understand. And then there's all these weird things that people are doing nowadays. They're like, they'll get in your car and fucking cancel the ride, and you drive. And if you don't catch it and put their ass out, you know, and then they're filming you. So it's like if you do put them out, then you're on the fucking internet being a dick, you know, and it's like, no, you
Bro, it's
fucking
worse
can't.
stories than that.
Yeah,
I,
you.
I I had one female.
Oh God.
This chick came out. Mind you, she already late behind the damn. So I try to give people a grace period, like 2 minutes after, because a clock can start running to say, hey, they got this much time. So I'm waiting for the chick to come out.
Mm-hmm.
She come out with a bunch of shit. Don't really say nothing. Put it in the back seat. Don't say she go coming back. She just leave, go in the house. Comes back with a toddler. This toddler got to be like at least 1 year old. Puts the baby in the back seat. Walks off and say, "I'll be back." Is gone for fucking 10 minutes. This baby is in my car screaming, "Ma'am, you don't know me. Why would you leave your toddler in a car with a fucking
Yeah, you
stranger?
could have
I don't
drove
give a
off.
damn. Easy. I don't give a damn if you think that this is me on this app. Who cares? You know what I mean? Murderers and shit like that give a damn about an app? Come find me. What if I was a murderer or rapist or whatever case may be, and I would have took your child? You know what I'm saying? What you was gonna say then? Not a goddamn thing. I've
Yeah,
had
nothing to
motherfuckers come.
say.
I was over on the west side. There's a hotel off of Wilson. I go pick this to my last ride for the night. It's probably maybe like eight at night, because I usually try to. I hate doing like night Uber, because I need to see what I'm doing. I need, like, not on the road, but I need to see the people that's coming out the house. I need to see the neighborhood. I need to see all of that. I just don't trust night Uber, right? So this is my last ride. They come. One of the chicks come out, and as they coming, I ain't know it was her, because she the
Mhm.
fucking crackhead. She comes to the car. She sit in the car. You could just smell the dirty clothes and crack on her, right? You just, bro. I'm from Baltimore, so I know what heroin and all that shit smell like. You know what I'm saying? And she's sitting in the back seat, and she like, "Yeah, don't leave yet. My friend coming. My friend coming." And she doing all this moving and shit like, "My friend coming." So then I was like, okay, I'm waiting. I'm waiting. I said, "Yo, how long are they gonna be? Cause it's just saying it was just you, and I'm still waiting." No, she come. She come. Yeah, man, my friend come. This bitch gets out the car, goes up the steps. They in there for a minute. So I'm sitting there like, Kristen, just leave. But I fucking being a dumbass, and I stay there. And then these two crackheads come in my damn car. They sniffling, doing all this other shit, smell like a donkey's ass. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? You should have left these fuckers right where they are.
Mhm.
And then I've had some moments where I remember this one guy. I picked him up at is that Ruth Chris out there on in Ponte Vedra? It's over there with all them little restaurants at Ponte Vedra where bonefish and all that, whatever the shit called.
Okay.
So it's right there, right
Yeah.
at the top of Ponte Vedra. Go pick this guy up. Now, mind you, the dude just sitting there, white, kind of younger white guy, or maybe like in his probably like 30. So he's sitting there, and I'm waiting for him, but it says another name. So then he come up to my what you call? He's like, such and such, such and such. He's like slurring at the word. I'm like, nah, this ain't for you. So then the lady in the restaurant comes out, one of the waitresses or whatever you call it, because she got on the uniform, and she come out there. She said, "Hey, we ordered a Uber for such and such, and it should be under blase blase." I'm like, "Oh yeah, yeah, that's me." So she's like, "Well, it's for this guy right here," and I'm like, "Okay." He come up stumbling. He get in the car. He gets in the back seat, lays on the back seat. Right, that's the first thing. As soon as he lay on the back seat, I don't know that he drunk. So then he just starts saying, "What the fuck?" And mind you, I'm driving the Ponte Vedra, driving way out the Ponte Vedra, way out. Then this motherfucker just start yelling. I pulled the car over and I looked at him like I was his fucking son. I mean, like I was his father. I said, "What the fuck is your motherfucking problem screaming in my goddamn car like that?" I said, "What the hell is wrong with you?" "No, man, this, that, the third. You could just drop me off here." I said, "I sure will. Get the fuck out." As soon as I said get the
Damn.
fuck out, he started sobering up a little bit. He was like, "No, no, no, man. No, man. My bad. I just had a hard day today, man. I got drunk. Man, I'm a little drunk, man. I'm sorry, man." Da, 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 da. Just
About to have a
by the
harder
end of the,
day.
by the end of the ride, the man, we was exchanging numbers because he owned a roofing company and some more shit. I was trying to get a client at the by the end of that time. But it's just like I have so many different stories from Uber, it's not even funny.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's just like it's all and they get in your car and think they could do whatever the fuck they want in your car just because
Mhm.
they ordered an Uber. This is not Uber's car. This is my vehicle. They just a dispatcher. That's it. So people out there, when you get in Ubers, don't be a bitch. Because I hope if you are, that motherfucker put you out right in the middle of the goddamn ocean.
Mhm.
Right there in the middle of Matthews Bridge. Right there in the middle of fucking Danes Point Bridge. Stop in the middle and put their asses the fuck out. Because y'all be thinking y'all entitled when it comes to other people's stuff. No,
Right.
people work hard for their vehicles and they don't get no incentives at all. They might tell you, oh yeah, you might get a 15% off of oil change. I do my own oil change.
Yeah.
What's 15% off of oil change? That's fucking $60.
Oh, shit, they're not even 60, no more. It's like
See, I
like
wouldn't know because I do my own.
$120
So
nowadays.
yeah, I'm not giving you $120 when I could go buy the shit for fucking 50 something, 60 something dollars, get the filter, the oil, the
Yeah.
everything, prop my car up, and I'm under there and it's done in fucking in 20 minutes. You know what
Yep.
I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, it's only
The
60
longest part
bucks
is
if you do it
draining it.
yourself.
I can't remember the last time I went to get and got an oil change from somebody. What I look like? It's a fucking. I got my jack. I know how to pop the goddamn screw off, let it drain, open my damn engine, put the filter on there and fill it back up and call it a day.
It's super easy. I taught my girlfriend how to do hers.
Word. No, that's dope.
Yeah,
That's
she wanted
dope.
to learn. I showed her how to do it. I mean, I've been
You
doing
still
oil
go?
changes on my cars for my whole life,
Yeah.
but
Like
yeah,
stuff like that should be if it's simple like that and you got a jack. As long as you got a jack, do your own oil change.
yeah,
What are you taking it somewhere for?
lazy.
Right. Unless it's a
Well,
newer car and
yeah,
they do some more, because these newer cars, they make it to the point where you have to go to the dealer.
yeah, and it might void the warranty or some bullshit. But
Ah,
you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
you said something earlier about incentives, and it made me think
Mm,
about life in general, like the way uh just jobs in general, most people's jobs and in life, there what incentives are there to do anything, like with
mm.
I don't like talking about my job, but and I'm not going to name the name, but
Bare assets.
I wish I'd be a great bouncer. Uh, anyway, but there's just no incentives to do anything anymore. They want to just everybody's just taking from you and they want to just take. So it's like, and I was thinking about this the other day, is like when I first started with my job, we used to be hourly commission, and now we're like this weird fucking hybrid that nobody can explain to me how we actually get paid. I just know I get a paycheck. It drops
Right.
into the bank on Wednesday. That's all I know. But when we were commissioned and hourly like that, like I didn't want to work a million hours a week, but it didn't bother me. And we didn't even get paid real overtime. It was, it was that like weird, I hate to use the term, but Chinese overtime, what do they call it? I don't, there's a term that they use at the company I work at, and it's more politically correct. But the thing is, though, I mean, there was much more presence, and I would work harder to sell more stuff. And I mean, I just did everything I could because I knew I was like, okay, and the commission wasn't even that good. It was like 4%,
Right.
5% at the most. Unless you get on a
Dang.
specific type of route, then you get like 9% because there's a lower, sales number on that route expectation. But I mean, but it just everybody worked harder. We would go above and beyond. We knew that there was like an incentive for us to work harder. And now that they took that away, and a lot of these jobs these days, there's no room for advancement really, unless you have some kind of
Facts.
bullshit college degree, which I
Mm-hmm.
don't have. I don't. I've got over 30 years experience doing what I'm doing, but that should count for something.
It
Should.
should.
I have forgotten, and I used to hate it when old guys would say this shit, but like I have forgotten literally more than these people will ever know.
Come on now.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what bothers me?
What?
You ever seen where they give celebrities honorary degrees, right? And they don't give it to regular people. They don't give it to people like you that have done your job for 30 years.
Hmm.
That you're an expert in your field at this point. But I've seen it the other day. They was giving somebody an honorary degree. I was like, what the fuck did they do? But then I was like, okay, it's in performing arts. I was like, okay, makes sense. They're a singer or whatever case may. I forgot who it was, but they whatever they do, I get it. But then you have others that I'm like, why are they getting an honorary degree? What did they do again?
Right.
but do some buffoonery shit. Like they didn't fucking do anything important that I seen. Maybe they did something behind the scenes, but y'all didn't acknowledge that while he was on stage saying, "Hey, this is why we giving it to them." You get what I'm saying? But the people, the average citizen, don't get those accolades because we're just supposed to be fucking worker bees.
Yeah. Which
But
I
the
get.
person that just it's annoying, bro.
It is, and I get that there has to be a certain percentage of worker bees. I get that. I don't want something that I didn't earn. You know, uh, huh?
But you did.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of people that probably earned it, but it's just the weirdest thing, man. This life is so fucking short, and people walk around acting like we're immortal. They
Yeah.
zombie their way through life. It's like all they can think about doing is I got to get up for work. I'm working. I'm working. All I want to do is go home and sit on my couch. And I'm saying that from experience because I am one of those people. But I also have things I like to do. I have hobbies. I have interests. It has always made me feel very sketchy about anyone who doesn't have a hobby.
Me
Uh,
too.
doesn't
Me
it?
too.
Right?
Yes.
Like my
Like how you don't even color in a color book? Like you you
nothing, nothing, literally nothing. Like I've been with
don't collect
women.
leaves? Like
Yeah. I've been with women that like have zero hobby. And I'm
yep,
like, why am I with and like, okay, the pussy's great. But what is there to you? Who even are
yep.
you?
There's no
Like
depth.
nothing there. It's nothing. Like you're just like a walking meat sack with a brain,
Shell. Yeah.
Yeah, like
Yep.
but it's just weird that people walk around all the time and live their entire lives and don't have hobbies
Yep.
or special
They
interests or anything.
yeah. Besides just standing around and fucking doing nothing and twiddling your fingers.
Yeah,
You know what
taking
I'm
money
saying?
from
Like,
me.
yeah. I've never been the person ever. You talk to anybody in my life anybody that been around me for a certain amount of time, they would tell you, bro, I'm always creating. I
Doing
always got a
something.
hobby. I always got a hobby.
Even
Whether
those
everything
guys
that
that
I
do fantasy fucking football, which is the gayest thing I've ever seen in my life.
that's a
That's a
hobby.
hobby.
Yeah. It keeps you away from the other bullshit. And then at the same time, for like hobbies are gives makes people sociable as well. Like when I was collecting Funko Pops and shit like that, I met people that I probably would never fucking talk to. Just because I'm in this aisle and I'm looking at shit and this and the third. You know what I'm saying?
Want to collect
I have mine
another
over
one?
here.
This is a
But
good one though. This is a one of one, dog.
oh yeah, you did admit, yeah. You know what? When they were doing the pop yourself,
Yeah.
I was gonna do it, but then I stopped collecting after a while. It's the only one that I still have, and it's in my Scorpio one.
Oh,
That's the only one I still have.
my
But
friend Zoe's
I
got a million of them.
yeah, I had fucking almost 600 of them things.
Holy shit.
Almost 600 of them things.
That's
Easy,
nuts.
easy. And then I had super plastics. I had the bigger ones. These are super plastic, but I had the bigger ones, like the 12 inches, and then I had the super size ones and all that shit. Oh, you got the Deadpool one, yeah. Don't get listen, bro. I wouldn't go as deep pause as I did before when
Hey.
it comes to Funko Pops, but I would get a few more. I would still get a few. You know what I'm saying? Like I love my ad icons. I love all of the Simpson pops. I love every Batman pop. I had the big supersized 18-inch Batman. I got pictures somewhere. I'm gonna post that shit one day. But I had all that. I have posted. It's probably on my Facebook for sure. But yeah, I was in it heavy, bro. Like I was in it heavy, and then I wasn't smoking at the time. None of that shit. Like I stopped smoking for like 2 years or whatever case may be. Oh no, it was like a year and a half. Um, and so I was just in that mode. But everything that's more of a hobby, like collectible hobby. But like most of my hobbies has turned into professional shit. Me being a videographer, me being it was all just me just documenting. And people were just like, bro, I like the way you document. You should
Right.
you should you should do this more. I'm like, okay. And I told you like even one time when I was in Puerto Rico and this chick was like, oh, you edit? And I was like, Nah, not yet. I don't edit for other people. I edit for me, but I'm not there yet to be editing for other people. And I went and I started editing. I went and I said, well, let me figure out how to edit for other people. And it took me another maybe year and a half, 2 years before I said, okay, I'm comfortable enough with editing. And it took me, you know what I did?
Hmm.
That other page I got, that undiluted vision page, I did
Hmm.
50 something videos. Every day, every week, I at least put one video, sometimes two. But I did 50 something videos, which is not easy, y'all. It is no way to do 50 something vlogs and edit and do it in a style where you like you want it to be entertaining. Because you could just post anything. I could just sit here and put a fucking camera right now and just post
Oh
that,
yeah.
and it's just
Oh yeah.
nothing. You know what I mean? But I'm like trying to make content. I'm trying to like you got it. You saw the progression all the way up to the skateboard videos or whatever the case may be. But you look at I watched my first vlog the other day. It was horrible. It was so bad. But I would never take that shit down. It was literally choppy. It was grainy. It was distorted. You know what I'm saying? I made it happen. I made it happen. You
Yeah.
know, so for anybody that thinks anything that we're saying right now is some sort of a downplay on people that's doing content creating and all that. No, it's not. We're just not content creators.
Right.
Creation for us is doing skits and shit. That's content creating. This is us. This is just who we
Yeah.
are,
I
and
mean,
we
but it
kind
is
of
content. But to your point, I hate that fucking word. Um,
yeah,
this is like
yeah,
this is us chit chatting and hoping that maybe somebody gets something from it, or
facts.
maybe that people find it interesting and they want to watch it. They want to, whatever, whatever. I mean, dude, like I think. I mean, this is like something that a lot of people that have like made it, quotey fingers, they'll tell you is like make things that you like. Make things that
Right.
you enjoy. Do what makes you happy. Fill yourself. Don't do it for the love of others. Don't do it for the views. Don't do it for this. Don't do it for these reasons, but do it for these reasons. And it should be that, like I truly believe that like and I have been thinking about a lot of like skit shows and things of that nature, trying to like think about how we could not steal, but like because we've never done one. So really, the only education we have is things that are already out. You know,
Right. Right.
so
Right.
it's like, but I have real like I've been just heavy on thinking about Key and Peele, and it's sad that those guys aren't like together anymore because they made gold. They
You know
were.
why, right?
I heard something about. I think you might have told me about it, but it was something about their wives or some shit.
Yep.
Or
It's one of the wives. Yep.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
whatever the other one that doesn't do the movies, I can't remember which one is Key and which one is Peel. But whatever the
I
one
think
that
it's
you don't see
Key.
as often, yes, his wife is wolf,
Yeah,
destroying his
that's
life.
right. We talked about it last time. I think we talked about Yoko Ono, but like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
mean, and that's crazy to have something that important. Because to me, laughter is important, and that
Hell
show
yes.
is important. Every skit show I've ever watched, and there used to be one called MTV's The State. What was
Mad
the
TV.
Mad TV in Living Color? What was the
Mm-hmm.
one from Canada? The not Boys in the Hood, but it was
It was one from Canada.
yes, and all those guys fucking went on to do like other shit. Bruce McCullough, Dave Foley. Um, I'm drawing a blank at the damn name, and I'm gonna look it up because it's gonna aggravate the piss out of me. But like all of those shows, I think the world needs. I'm trying to, I'm trying to type at the same time as talking. It's not working. Um, Kids in the
No,
Hall.
we definitely need laughter. What is it?
Kids in the Hall.
I never heard that before. Kids in the
Look it
Hall.
up.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's fucking. It is like I said, these are all like important. Like we need to laugh. We
Yeah.
need to see that. We need to have people being creative, being funny, and writing, things that we would never have thought of. Like, and it just blows your mind. It makes you think in a different way. It takes your conscious into a different direction. And like, I think we need more of that and less of fucking
Hell
TikTok.
yes.
I'm
We were talking about that
so
on set yesterday.
what? Say again?
We were talking about that on set yesterday because we were talking about
Oh,
like rom coms and like
mhm.
we talking about the same thing you talking about yesterday. We talking about like rom coms and all that stuff like that, and it was like, why don't we have that anymore? Especially in Jacksonville, like for
Yeah.
independent content, for not content, for independent filmmakers and shit like that. It's like
Mhm.
everybody wants to do gangster shit. Everybody wants to do some sensationalized shit with everybody's butterball naked. What happened to laughter? What happened to try to come up with the best fucking content? What happened to being goofy? What happened to not
Mhm.
taking yourself so fucking serious? You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
I think
And I
that's
think
why I've really leaned into the whole comedy. Like I've been meeting so many comedians, and
hmm
like I went to that comedy place the other day, First Coast Comedy.
shout out to them.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, and my friend Scott, like they're starting to do like live shows out there at like the Ink Factory Brewing Company at the I think it's every Saturday now. So I'm probably gonna go to that. I missed it last time because it fucking sold out,
Damn.
which is awesome. That's
Yeah,
great.
they stay packed, man. I
Oh
seen
yeah.
the growth. I seen when they first not built, when they first moved in that spot,
Yep.
you barely saw two or three cars. Now you see the whole parking lot. The
Yep.
parking lot that you see when you go over there, it's never full unless that
They
comedy
got a
club
show.
now.
Yeah. So I
They
mean,
de- they they've grown a lot.
yeah,
And I think
and
it's been like 2 years now.
I think that that's important. And I've often thought, like, why are there not more, like, because I grew up and we only had the Comedy Zone. That was the only
Yeah, I
place
heard of
to
that. I
watch
never been there
comedy.
though.
And I used to go there every Wednesday. Planet Radio used to give away tickets or put you on the guest list or whatever if you call in. They only had so many tickets, but you would call in early and you get a spot reserved, and you could go and you could take however many people. You could say, I need 10 spots reserved, and they go, bet, put your name plus nine, and then you go and you get your fucking tickets at the door. You go sit down, and you never know who you're gonna watch. It could be
Yeah.
a big headliner type person, or it could be just a local comedian. But that was the place, and that was the only place we could go for comedy. And
They promote the wrong shit here.
they do. They really
They
do.
promote the wrong shit, man. They like on my end, like on the black side, right? You always see these R&B parties. Like it's like five R&B parties every week. I'm like, bitch, if y'all don't fucking do something else, if y'all don't do a reggae party, if y'all don't do something else, if y'all don't do a comedy special, if y'all don't do anything else, but the same bullshit. And I'm
Mhm.
like, this is corny. This is corny. Y'all going where? Go in a place to fucking spend $30, $40 to get in and then buy drinks for another 30, $40 fucking
To
dollars
stand
just to
around,
stand in
look
the
cute.
round, to stand around. And then most of y'all gonna be on your phone anyway.
Yeah. Making real selfie,
Yeah.
or doing whatever. Like, I have a question though. Maybe you'll understand. Maybe you'll know the answer.
hmm
It's about certain ethnic groups.
hmm
Why do black people do white parties all the time? You know what I'm talking about? You ever
I
seen
don't
that?
fucking know.
I
Of
see
course,
so
of
many of
course,
them.
of course,
Like,
bro. I
everybody has to
think
show
it's
up in all white.
you know what it started from though?
Mm.
Diddy.
Oh,
Diddy started the white parties, and everybody follows fashion. Nobody comes up with nothing fucking original. Oh, we want to party like Diddy in the Hamptons, so we're gonna come up with our own white party. You ain't fucking Diddy.
I don't
You
want
ain't
to
in
be
the
Diddy.
Hamptons.
I don't
Y'all
want to
not
be
in that
Diddy.
tax bracket.
Yeah, I
You know
want
what
to
I'm
be in the
saying?
tax bracket, but I don't want to be Diddy. That's mm-mm.
Hey, listen, I ain't got nothing against Diddy, man. Fuck that. Diddy's still my guy. I keep telling y'all that. I ain't got shit against Diddy. That's my dude. I
Listen,
don't go
listen.
fuck.
Only
I
thing
ain't
I
beat
have
up.
against him is
He
the
did.
allegations. If he can beat them allegations, then we all right. But like, all I'm saying is it was some Epstein type shit going on in there, is what they alluding to. So I mean,
Nah, not on his end. Not on his end. It was all they was trying to put some shit like that, and everybody was like, no, that's not what happened. Everybody had to
I'm gonna
come out
say
and say it was
innocent
all
until proven
grown.
guilty.
No, it was all grown a consensual people that was getting paid. You know, listen, I could send you literally, I could probably send you 10 interviews with the male escorts that was fucking his bitches. And then right now they're suing Cassie on a class action suit because they said, well, if Diddy got locked up, she need to get locked up too because she was the one who was interacting with us. He was just watching us.
Oh wow.
He said he was just watching. He said she was the one. They said she was the one that was calling and everything. They said they barely spoke to Diddy. Diddy would say some shit to them every once in a while, and that's it. But he said they barely spoke to him. Hella male escorts. They're suing Cassie right now.
What do you think Diddy's gonna look like when he gets out of prison?
He's gonna look good.
You think he's gonna be
have
jacked?
great. Nah.
You don't think he's gonna be jacked up? Like, you know, all he does is work out all the time?
Nah, I think he's gonna be fit, but I don't think he's gonna be jacked. He ain't gonna be in there that long. He coming out. He's gonna be coming home soon. He's gonna become like next year or some shit.
I hope he went in there and went straight to the damn bench press and just can't. I hope he comes out looking like fucking just the Hulk.
I mean, he probably do. He probably. I seen a picture where they had him with his gray beard and all that shit. Well, he gonna come out looking more distinguished because he ain't got his
He just gotta beat them allegations, man. He just gotta beat them allegations.
I mean, hey, listen. The only thing I seen, the proof that I seen was he whooped her ass, and hey, that's the only proof I seen. Other than that, it's all allegations. Like you said, it's all like allegations.
Sometimes
unless I seen it, hey, it is what it is. But the only thing he got charged for was illicit acts and shit with grown people. And guess what? Everybody said we all do the same shit. We all tape. Yeah. We all do. Listen. If that's the case, you need to go shut down the sex clubs that are in America right now because they paying to go in these clubs to go fuck. Mm-hmm. So if that's the case, everybody need to be locked up.
In the words of Sean Connery, sometimes they just won't leave it alone, and you have to give the woman a smack.
Listen, man, I say this, man. It's always going to be an example. And when they try to make an example out of you, just know that you're just a martyr. That's all. You're a martyr. And if you're resilient, which I know I believe he is, because he's my sign as well. So I know he's resilient. He's going to come back out like a fucking phoenix. There's going to be people that's not going to fuck with him, and there's going to be people that fuck with him. You know what I'm saying? Just like this whole new thing about like the snitching stuff and all that. There's going to be people that fuck with the snitches and people that don't.
Yeah.
It was a thing where nobody fuck with snitches no more. Now it's like a 50-50 thing. Like, he's okay.
Did you know that you know who Brendan Fraser is, right?
Yeah. From Georgia the Jungle.
Yeah, and The Mummy and all that. Did you know that the reason he dropped out of Hollywood, why you didn't see him after those Mummy movies in nothing until The Whale? The reason is he got Me Too'd, man. And not like the way you would think. Though. Not the way you would think. It was like a director or somebody was trying to
do something to him.
Yes.
Yeah, and he wouldn't allow it.
He wouldn't.
I hear that you hear that all the time.
And then he got dropped like a fucking bad habit.
What's the other guy that they were saying that was doing it? Not Epstein, the other one.
Harry Weinstein or
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
Yeah.
You got to be careful because there is a Weinstein and there's a Weinstein, and they're two different people, and one of them's really cool, and one is the
same
one.
First name?
Huh?
And they got the same first name?
They might. I don't recall.
Well, that sucks.
Yeah.
That sucks to have a close name.
I would change my motherfucking name, bro.
My shit quick. I'm like, hey, my name is H. Don't fuck
use,
call me.
Or use my middle name or something, because nah, we ain't having that.
Right. But yeah. So it's been around. It's been around. I'm not saying, doing shit to people is fucking right, but at the same time, if you're a consensual party, and then some shit go left, that's one thing. But if somebody forces themselves on you, then yeah, they deserve what the fuck they get. But if you consensual and then you in there and you like, oh, I want to do this, that, and the third, like, hey, kind of consented to this shit. So it's like, what the fuck are you gonna go do about it now? You know what I'm saying? Not saying people can't change their minds. I'm not saying that. However, still consider to it. Most people ain't gonna be like, oh yeah, you change your mind? All right. No, you in a room full of butt naked ass fucking people. Everybody's fucking, and you the only one that change your mind.
Well, a lot of those type of thing is like, hey, if you do this for me, I will make sure that you stay on top or that you get the next big lead role, and for all intents and purposes, that dude was fucking evil. That Weinstein guy, Weinstein, he was fucking evil, but he did follow through on his promises. You
He
know,
got them big. He got them big,
them
right?
ladies would, yeah, he had fucking J-Lo or whoever in there sucking his, cock, and he was like, "Look, I'll make you a star," and he fucking
Well,
did.
he made he kept his promise, and y'all still turned y'all back on him. Y'all knew y'all had to climb the fucking ladder. You knew you had to climb the Weinstein ladder or Weinstein, whatever the fuck his name is,
And if
and
the
you
ladder,
chose. And when you chose to do it, he made it happen. So you a piece of shit for fucking getting them locked up.
well,
Now the other
that's
people
kind
he
of
done.
victim blaming, but I mean, listen, if the ladder is only as tall as an old man's flaccid penis, I mean, I could probably climb that ladder.
But is that a victim if you agree to it? Like you could say no. You are not a victim.
No, no, if it was
You can
consent,
say no.
that means it was
Now,
consensual.
if he forces himself on you, that's something different. But if he
Yeah.
gives you the option, hey, listen, I'll get you a 10 picture deal right now. All you gotta do is give me some head once a year.
Mm-hmm.
You did it.
I'm sucking the dick. That's all I'm saying. I'm not. Look, I'm not above it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm just a guy out here in the world trying to make it. If I gotta, hey, watch that motherfucker. I'm getting in there. We going at it, but
But just don't put him in jail after you do it.
you know what I'm saying? Hey, I won't
Will
say a fucking word, dog.
consented to it.
Yeah.
And people consent to shit all the fucking
Well,
time. Like
here's how you know they
relationships
can.
are that.
I'm not saying what he did was right. It's still gross. But
It's
if
still gross. But all
you
right, we
you
just
literally had
yeah.
he would make people sign contracts, NDAs. And if you knew ahead of time, I'm signing an NDA that I can't talk about the fact that I'm going to suck his cock so that I could, become a billionaire and fucking be on the top Grammy or what are not Grammy, but what I'm saying, all the fucking award ceremonies that are all bullshit, by the way.
And you're gonna be a hoe anyway for free.
Right.
You're going to be a hoe anyway for free.
Speaking of
He's
those,
putting you in position.
speaking of those,
It's a give and take.
yeah,
All you got to do is get this man a little schmagger.
yeah,
He's not forced. If he forces himself, he's a piece of shit. If you
yeah.
sign and you agree and you say, you know what, fuck it, let's do it. That was your decision. He gave you an option, and your option, you took the option B, blowjob.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I was gonna say C for cock, but I just like saying that word. Um, so I want real quick before we probably need to get out of here pretty
Yeah,
soon, but
yeah.
I wanted to get your opinion. Have you watched the Kevin Hart roast
I didn't watch the whole thing. I just keep seeing everybody
clip?
talk about it, and I seen. What's his name? Not Shane Gillis. That's his name.
Yeah, Shane
Whatever
Gillis,
the comedian.
the,
Yeah,
the
I
fat guy with the
seen the
mustache.
clips.
Yeah,
So this is the thing. Everybody's blaming Kevin Hart and everybody else that was sitting on a fucking for the roast, but nobody's blaming him for the
blame him for what?
jokes that he made
Blaming Kevin Hart for
because
what?
of the racist joke about George Floyd and all that shit.
Well,
Oh, they
Kevin.
blaming him saying that he should have said something. He's an Uncle Tom. He's tap dancing. I'm like, it's a
Okay.
fucking did y'all see the roast of goddamn Flavor Flav or Tom Brady or
Yeah.
like it's a roast.
Yeah,
That's
that's
why
your
it's
job.
the
That's why.
word to
But
fry your motherfucking
all of
ass.
those jokes that Shane Gillis and Tony Hinchcliffe, all those jokes were
Were
written and
approved.
given to somebody and approved. And even Shane himself was like, that was 3 weeks of deliberation if I was going to say that joke or not. He's like, they told me to be as racist as I possibly could. And I think that's comedians understanding that everybody needs to be made fun of.
Yeah.
Everybody. Like, you can't be a protected group. And if you are a protected group, you need to be made fun of the most.
But
And
he
that
went too far, including the dead man that's not in the room. Whoever's in the room, talk about whoever's in the room, who's ever, and it was a tragic situation. Now they
Yeah.
talked about Cheryl Underwood's husband who
Yeah.
jumped off a fucking bridge, but guess what? She was in the room and
Yeah.
she was able to go up there after the fact and say something.
Mm-hmm.
That man cannot. His family's not in that room. None of that. That's the only problem I had with it. You get what I'm saying? Like he
Yeah.
has nothing to do with the fucking roast. Everybody in that room can get roasted.
Yeah.
Everybody that's associated with them that's still alive
What
can
did
get
you think
roasted. Because I
about
didn't even agree with.
the
Mhm.
lynching on a bonsai tree joke?
Oh, for Kevin Hart,
Yeah.
it was funny, but at the same time, it went too
It was
far.
fucked up.
Like I think it was funny, but at the same time, it went too far.
I don't think it went too
It
far.
did.
I don't think it
You know what
went
I'm
too
saying?
far
Because you
because
gotta
it's a
think it's a
joke.
negative connotation. Like there's
Yeah, but
nothing positive about lynching. Nothing.
there isn't. But if you can take something that's really fucked up and make it funny, you did your job.
It wasn't fall out my seat funny. It was that's kind
It
of funny
was
because we
a
know he's short, right?
type of moment,
Right.
that for
Yeah.
me, it
It
was like,
wasn't
oh,
like
damn.
right. It's
I
very
couldn't believe he
cringe. It's
said it.
very cringy.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. Like roast. Like I agree with, but when you get too bad, and a lot of okay, there was people that were saying that they were trying to get back at Drewski through that roast
Uh-huh.
because of Drewski did the skit, and I'm like, okay, what the fuck do Erica Kirk have to do with it? Erica Kirk, fucking retarded ass. Who gives a fuck about her?
No.
All we cared about was her husband. Nobody gives a shit about her.
Well, that's the thing with comedians. They pull the most topical things and they use it in their jokes. And it kind of takes me back to the what I had said about, when we had talked about Heyoka, that was the Native Americans.
Mm.
That was their word for, I don't remember which tribe it was, but they had a word called, it was Heyoka, and it translates to the sacred clown. And I agree with this because they believe that anything that could not be made fun of was bullshit and didn't need to be even acknowledged. Like if you couldn't make fun of just everything, it didn't need to be even talked about. And
That
like,
was a joke that should have been told amongst comedians, though, not amongst certain jokes comedians get, and they could be like, "Oh, you motherfucker!" Like
yeah,
a comedian would go like, "You fuck, you really just said that, you piece of shit." Oh, I got you, and it just goes from there. But you have to remember, we live in a world where people are sensitive. Not only people are sensitive, you have to be also sensitive to certain subjects.
do
Like
you have to
I
be
get
though?
it. Yeah, when it comes to a person not being in a room and being killed by a police officer by
Mhm.
putting their neck on it, whether he was a crackhead or whatever the fuck they want to say
Mhm.
was wrong with him. His family's not there. He's not a comedian.
Mhm.
It's happened almost 4 years ago, maybe 5 years ago. I
Mhm.
can't even remember. So why would that even be in that realm? Like I said, everything else they said, it's jokes. But that was the part I was like,
You know,
you
like
could have left that out. Even there was other comedians that said they went to him and said, bro, you could have left that out. He was like, yeah, I know. You know what I'm saying? They say he
yeah,
literally said, I know. Like he was in his mind, like, yeah, I probably could have left that. But he was cooking. I've
yeah,
seen him on other roasts. That motherfucker cooks. I
yeah.
can't take that away from him. That's why they
Tony
had him come
Hinchcliffe,
up there.
Tony Hinchcliffe keeps getting himself in trouble with shit like that, but he just doesn't seem to give a fuck. He's been canceled 3 times, doesn't care. He just keeps coming back and, he's going to be all right. He's carefree and he doesn't mean any of that stuff like to hurt anybody. It's all jokes and it's all in good fun. And I get your point about the dude not being there, but I mean, they joked about other people that weren't in the room as well, but, um,
But they're
you know,
alive.
maybe, I didn't watch the whole thing either. I watched it all on clips,
Yeah.
and
I didn't agree with the Cheryl Underwood. They talking about her husband that's dead. Like, I didn't agree with that.
well, she was
And
sitting right
but it
there and
wasn't
she
racist. I don't
she
care.
laughed
It
her ass
wasn't,
off.
but you could tell that was Cheryl Underwood.
I don't even know who
I'm gonna
she
say this.
is.
Oh, she's been around for fucking 10 years. Back from all the way fucking I mean, not Common View. Def Comedy Jam. You
Hmm.
could go all the way back to Def Com. That woman is fucking one of them. I don't, and I don't give a damn who cares. I don't find too many women funny. She's fucking hilarious. However, she's grown into something else where she start doing the talk and all this other shit. So she got those type of things. But
Yeah.
at the same time, what does her husband jumping off of a fucking bridge have to do with this?
Yeah.
That's just me. That's just me. I'm sacred when it comes to
You're sensitive about those things, and that's good.
not sensitive. I'm sacred when it comes to honoring people's death, right? Or not desecrating the life that they had when they was on Earth, right? Some
Mhm.
people they go through shit. Yes, he jumped off a bridge. It's unfortunate. Why is that a fucking joke?
Mhm.
I can't even. I'm a cynical person. You know that. I say some of the wildest shit off this fucking podcast. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying?
Mhm.
Offline, much less online. But I know for a fact there's certain shit I'm gonna say to you that I'm not gonna say on this podcast.
Mm.
It's just so look how many conversations we done had about certain shit that I'm not gonna bring on this podcast. And we
Yeah.
talk about a lot of crazy shit. You know what
Mhm.
I'm saying? Like on the podcast. So it's just they're not saying that you can't do it. Just know when you do it, there will be
Right.
backlash, or there can be backlash.
I think
And
they
when
knew
it does
that.
happen, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not, nobody said you can't, but just know that, hey, just because you don't think it's, you're not sensitive to it, other
Mhm.
people are. And you
Sure.
still have to,
I
not have
think
to, but there's a balance of that. You
balance.
know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
And I
Yeah.
think that, like, I think people, and this is what I try to, this is what I struggle with, and I try to suss it out in my brain. In America, unlike most countries, we have this little thing called freedom of speech.
To a
So
certain extent.
no, it's freedom of speech. There can be no certain extent. People should be able to allowed to say whatever they want to say, and whatever. Now you say that, like, I could walk out my house and say I hate the N word, but if a black dude hears that and fucking puts one in my brain, I got to deal with that because I said some stupid shit out my mouth. But to your point, you say the dumb thing, other people are going to emote about it and they're going to say their things, and then it's just like it's a dog pile. But people should be able to say whatever the fuck they want. It's not
Just knows
always
consequences with it.
there's going to be consequences. It's not always going to be a good situation, and that's where the lessons come into play. If I'm dumb and I just say some stupid shit out of my mouth, and it causes me to get canceled, kick my ass kicked, shot, or whatever, or maybe I get some laughs. Any of those things are reactions to what I say, and I can't control how people react any more than they can control how I react to the things that they say. You know,
Yeah.
we
Just
are,
know that there's going to be a reaction, and
yeah,
somebody else's reaction may be more severe than yours.
sure, but like
Because I'm telling you, that's me.
I can't control anyone's emotions but my own. And I think that people need to understand that more than anything right now. Like you had said that people are sensitive, and I know that there are people that are sensitive, but I don't agree with walking on eggshells just because people are sensitive. Like I don't agree with that. I
But you
agree.
also have to have respect, though. You
I,
have to have respect for the dead. That's just point blank. That's why we say rest
but
in
you
peace,
don't.
respect the dead. No, you gotta have.
You
That's just
should. You don't have to. You should.
man. Fuck that. I said you have to. Like I don't give a damn with
And
nobody.
that's
You
your
got to
opinion, and that's
because
okay.
they have no way to defend themselves.
Sure.
It's a difference between me and you right here, and I say some off the wall shit to you. You
Mhm.
could defend yourself, or you could come see me and bust my ass.
Sure.
But you can't do that. The dead has no way to defend themselves. That's why I
They
say
don't
that.
need to though.
It's not
They're
that they
gone.
can't be spoken about. You know what I'm saying? Like we talk about Michael Jackson and shit that happened to him. But guess
Mhm.
what? There's still a level of respect because this person is still not there to defend themselves. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. I'm not saying you can't say it, but
Well, you
I
kind of
respect the
did.
dead. I respect. Well, okay, I did. Well, I respect the dead. You get what I'm
And that's
saying? Like,
good.
unless
I'm
it's my
glad that you
enemy,
do. That means you're a respectful person and you have like that about about your person. And I think that to
I
your
say fuck
point,
humans though. That's alive.
well, that's the thing. I think what you said after is, or what I said, I believe people should. And I think that the society we live in right now has moved far away from respecting others, you
Oh
know,
yeah,
respecting those
respect.
things.
Period.
Respect, period. But yeah, I think that you should, but I will also understand if you don't. And I may not like it,
Right, right.
but
I'm
that's
right there
just
with
me.
you.
I don't like it, so I don't have to watch it. I don't have to listen to what you say.
Same here.
You know what I mean?
Same
And
here.
and that's the
That's why I didn't
thing.
watch it. I just saw
Exactly.
the clips.
Well, I don't even like Kevin Hart. I've never liked Kevin Hart.
Okay.
I think he's fucking overrated. I think he's great. He's probably one of the hardest working comedians or
He's definitely one of the hardest working, but
whatever
he's
you want
definitely
to. He's a
overrated when it comes to
hustler.
comedy.
Yeah, but
Super hustler.
he's pushed himself to this point where it's like, okay, enough. How many fucking Jumanji movies do we need to watch? You know?
I never watched it, so I can tell you if they was good or not. I only watched the first one. If it ain't the
No,
first
but
Jumanji with Robin Williams, God rest his soul, I ain't
yeah.
watching none of that
But you know
shit.
what I'm
I
saying?
don't
It's
watch
like
that bullshit.
I've just never really cared for him. He's not my favorite
Yeah,
person. Like I've got so many other people, but that's just my opinion, and that's just
yeah, I
one
agree with you.
dumbass opinion. So
Yeah,
I
he's
mean,
not my favorite comedian at all. No,
yeah,
not even in my top 10. Not in my top 20.
yeah.
Is he a great? Is he
I
naturally
respect the
funny?
hustle.
Yes. Right. Is he naturally funny? Yes, I think he's naturally funny, right? Because I've
Well,
seen
yeah,
him
it's
just
because he's
naturally
tiny
just
and
no, not even that. I've just seen
oh,
him naturally I've seen him rip, man. Like, I'm not talking about on stage. I'm talking about
Yeah.
behind the scenes,
Hmm.
to the point where the person that he was talking about, their crew was laughing so hard. I swear that dude had to fire his whole crew because they was laughing so hard at him because of Kevin Hart. You get what I'm saying? Like, so I know he could damage a motherfucker.
He's
However,
one of those
his
people.
comedy, like, I don't care about comedy when it comes to people, kids and shit like that. I want to hear about your funky ass kids. Oh, fuck about that. Because your kid the other day said some
Well,
off the wall shit. Who cares about your
and then
fuck?
there's,
Give me some real jokes.
but on the flip side of that, there's people that love that type of comedy.
Man, that shit don't last long. That
It,
shit don't
it,
last long.
are you kidding me? There's a lot of people out there that have made their entire careers talking shit about their kids and their families because it's what they know. And I think that's what comedy really is. You talk about what you know, which is why a lot of these comedians like Kevin Hart, when they get into these situations where they don't live real life like you and I do anymore. They're up there fucking
Yeah,
in
and there's a
La La
stratosphere.
Land. So like, what do you got to talk about? What do you want
Right.
to tell? You're going to talk about how you got on this flight and I was in first class, and nobody wants to hear that, Kevin. No one wants to hear that. No one wants to hear about your Ferrari that you wrapped around a fuck or Bugatti or whatever it was. You know, I mean, nobody gives a shit, bro. You know, I mean, about that type of stuff. Now, if you want to live some real life and get down in the fucking shit and understand where people really coming from, that's what we want to hear. I mean,
I
to
love
me,
crowd work comedians. Crowd work comedians right now are the best to me because it's not easy. That
yeah,
is not easy, bro. Like the Matt Rafe's, the fucking what's big boy name again? Oh my God, I'm looking right at him. Black guy. Oh my God. I can't even fucking remember him
Dave
right now. I can't
Chappelle.
remember. No, no, no. He's a big guy. He's big. Fuck. I'm looking at because he owned a comedy club and all that shit, man. I hate that I'm losing his name right now, but he's one of the greats. Mojo Brooks. Oh my God, that motherfucker is hilarious. Like he crowd works like crazy. However, my favorite comedian on stage right now is Ali Sadiq. The man cries. He make you laugh. He does everything on stage. I'm talking about crying to live in eye water. Like he tells you a sad story, and then it goes back to a joke right then and there.
Yeah.
He sits down sometimes and will have the mic like this, like Paul Mooney back in the day, and would just
Paul
and just
Mooney
be
was the
talking
shit.
and just be talking, and then boom, you laughing as he's crying. You just start laughing because he said some off the wall shit, just like, whoa, how did you take me on this emotional roller coaster? And I think that's the greatest comedians
Yeah.
that you could take me on an emotional roller coaster and you're just like, oh, where did I just
Well,
go?
I think there's a thing with comedy that, and this is a theory that I've heard that I agree with. People, you go to a comedy show and you give up your freedom of thought for uh,
Mm,
2 3 hours, and
mm-hmm.
you get on that roller coaster and that ride, and you expect that comedian to do all the thinking for you, and you just sit there and enjoy that thought process
Yep.
and that, and if they can take you on that ride, it's almost like watching a movie. You know, you get
Yes.
involved in a movie, you get engrossed in the movie, you invest yourself into these characters, and then they die, or they fall in love, or they get a new puppy or whatever, and those are the things that make movie going. That's, you know, that's what we love about those movies. It takes us out of our environment. We turn off our brains and we fall into this different
And we
world,
get
this
in that
whole other
nonfiction
realm.
world.
Yeah, and I think that's one of the best things about comedy is you can go and you don't have to think for a few hours, and you can just laugh, and if that person is skilled at doing that thing, bro, they're going to go far, you know.
Absolutely.
And I'm, you know, I am so, that's my new obsession right now. Not for me. This is the thing. These fucking people, okay? You fucking not you, but you know, you fucking people. You people. No, but like Scott and Madeline, you know, these comedians that I'm meeting, you know, they are all urging me to get up on stage and do the thing with them, or, you know, alongside them, or by myself. Bro, I don't do karaoke. I'm not gonna go and do a stand up, like not even for a minute. I don't have it in me. I just don't have it in me, dude. Like I've tried to sit down and like write some jokes, and they suck. Every single one of them
Yeah.
suck. And
I
when
don't
I
think I
do
could
have
write a
like,
joke. I could tell a joke, but I can't write a joke.
Yeah. And you know, like I'll come up with something. I'll be driving around and I'll think of something that I think is hilarious, and then I
Yeah,
fucking never write it down, and then I try to get home and like try and remember it, and I fuck it up. It's just
facts.
it's not there's an art to
It's
it.
an art.
Definitely an art. It's a hard art too. I mean, and
Yes,
it's not for the weak, dude. And
absolutely.
standing on stage by yourself and in front of a room full of strangers, and it is your sole responsibility to take them on this fucking ride, bro.
Yeah,
Pass.
yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
Pacing, the jokes, the content, the topics, the your stage presence, your the way you're not, all of those different things make that comedian. And it takes a lot to develop that shit. You know, some people are just naturally funny where they could just tell, like, I've been told I'm funny, right? But I don't think I'm fucking stand up funny. I could definitely make some jokes and have you rolling for a couple of hours, but I don't think I'm stand up funny. You know what I'm saying? You know, so it just, I don't know. I just, I really love when comedians can be themselves, but at the same time, you know, it was a roast. It was a roast.
yeah.
So you're supposed to get roasted and
All the
shit like that.
roasts are
So
ugly and they all get
all of them.
you see a lot of truths come out, all the shit that they wanted to say, and you know, they crafted into these jokes, and sometimes they're funny, and sometimes you're like, damn, that wasn't even
That's
funny.
how you thought?
That was just a dig, bro.
Yeah.
Like
Like Flavor
Chelsea
Flav,
Handler.
nothing worse than Flavor Flav. Yo, Flavor
I
Flav
never
roast.
watched it.
Oh
I don't
my
like roast,
God, bro, that was
but
brutal. I was
like
like, how can you sit there through that?
yeah, like Chelsea Handler and Tony Hinchcliffe, they went at each other. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
that was the
They were
big
talking shit about her too.
yeah, that was oh, they went off on her. That's because
Yeah, they called all
she's
types of
one of these
hoes and all that.
well, that's because she's one of these people that she's a comedian, but then she also wants to put limitations on the comedy. And I'm like, you really can't do that. That doesn't
Yeah,
make any sense. Like you can't put limitations on comedy. Comedy has to be free flowing. It's got to be from their the bowels of their thoughts and you know whatever. And they have, but to your point, if you craft the joke, no, there's a way to make everything funny, even the worst shit in the world. If you do it right, it will. It's funny, but if you do it and it sucks, people are gonna hate your ass, and you're gonna be the scourge of the fucking earth. You know, there was a George Carlin bit he talked about. He's like, you know, a lot of things I say, you know, people that you know, I get comments. People say that it's not funny. He's like, you know, for example, rape. He's like, I think rape is fucking hilarious in the right context. He's like, put it this way.
what?
Yeah, he goes, yeah, I'll tell you a joke about rape that's kind of that I think is it's fucking hilarious. He's like, you know, imagine if you will, Elmer Fudd and Bugs Bunny. Bugs Bunny rapes Elmer Fudd. Hey, he was asking for it. You know, yeah, I'm doing the joke no justice. I'm fucking it up, but the way he said it was hilarious. You know, and
Yeah,
he's like, feminism's great. I love making jokes about feminism. He's like, I'm gonna piss all the feminists off now. He's like, the best way to do that is go into Now Magazine or Miss Mag or Now Headquarters or Miss Magazine and walk in and say, hey, which one of you beautiful ladies wants to come home and make me dinner and give me a blow job? He's like, that'll piss him
right,
off
right.
every time. Like I said, I'm not funny. He's funny. Unfortunately, he's dead, and he was funny, but there's a way to craft jokes. I'm not good at it, and I would never take the chance of taking something so controversial and making a joke out of it unless I knew I had my shit on lock. If I was Dave Chappelle can make anything sound funny. Okay? Does he piss people off sometimes when he says it? Of course he does. Does he give a fuck? Hell no. You know, and I think
There's
that's
sometimes where he's not funny to me though. I ain't gonna lie. Like that last stand up. I mean that last what you call it? It was more him.
which
He was in
one?
Paul Mooney mode. The
Which
last
one? The
the
one
one
where
where he got canceled. They were trying to
the
cancel for the
trans.
trans and all that shit. Like it wasn't because of that joke or nothing like that. I'm just saying, period. The
Yeah.
whole special wasn't
I
what I'm
laughed
used
my
to from
ass off
him.
at it. I thought it
You
was
know.
hilarious.
Yeah. I'm not saying he doesn't have great specials, but that special just wasn't special to me.
I
It was just
like.
like, oh, this was cool.
To
It was
me, I
more social
liked it.
commentary. Yeah. It was more social
Well,
commentary than anything.
yeah, and I think that at the point where he's at in his career, Like he's done so much good shit and so much funny things, and he's done so much that like I think he was, and especially what was going on. And the reason he does all those jokes and he leans so hard into the trans jokes is because they react to it. Not
Yeah,
only
yeah.
that,
Like I said, I don't have no
but
problems with those jokes at all.
he did tell, I don't know if you watched the whole special, but he told a story about one of his friends who happened to be trans, who took her life. And
Hmm.
it wasn't because of anything he did, it was because the trans community came after this person. This person was a trans woman that was trying to become a comedian. She was at every single one of his shows. She showed up taking notes every time, so much that he started to notice her. And then he said, come up on stage. And he put her on stage. And then her act got stronger and stronger every time he would do that. And eventually he started taking her on the road with him. And,
Mm.
and then he dropped a couple of trans jokes. Well, the trans community lost their fucking mind because just wasn't the right time for that. And because they were so sensitive, and everybody had to fucking get on bended knee for this one protected class. And I'm sorry, like I don't feel the same way. And
I don't feel the same way either.
I've got family members that are trans, and I love them very dearly, but I still think that people should be able to joke about whatever.
And it's your choice.
He left nothing on the table. He would joke about Jewish, he would joke about trans, he'd joke about black people, white people, Indians, you name it. But when it came to them, it was like, no, you can't do that. But he can make fun of everybody else, but y'all, okay, that's a little bit
I
of a
think it's
double
bullshit.
standard. Yeah, it's double
I think it's
standard.
bullshit.
But
Because
they came at
yeah,
him in the comments on Twitter and just barraged him, which he doesn't look at. Mind you, he doesn't watch his comments.
right.
But this trans woman that is his friend, they became very close friends, and he became basically a mentor to her. But
Hmm.
she jumped in the comments and tried to stand up for him, and so the mob, the angry mob that's trying to stand up for trans, turned on a trans woman,
Right. Right. Just to
and
show
they
you how
went after.
fucking idiotic these people are.
Yeah, and they went after her so hard, and it did something to her because she wasn't ready for that.
Yeah.
And she ended up jumping off of a fucking building and taking her own life because of it. And that affected him so fucking deeply that he went on that stage with claws out, straight up. And good for him. I'm glad he did it.
Yeah.
And I talked to some people that are like those advocate type people, and they were like, I don't think what he was doing was right. And that was a conversation I
Fuck.
ejected myself from, because I'm not going to sit here and
Yeah.
argue semantics about things when you don't even, all you have seen, because you hate him so vehemently that you don't even take the time to watch the entire
It's the
show.
entire thing. You just saw
You
that clip.
Out of context. You saw that clip out of context. You didn't like the joke. It made you feel a certain way, and you felt like, I need to cancel this motherfucker. No, canceling should be over, bro.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it
This
is. I think it is.
This is fucking America.
Yeah. I
And
think it is.
what makes America cool is that people can say and do whatever they want as long as it doesn't injure another person. Your rights end where mine begin. That's the format. Like if I want to run around and shoot a gun up in the air, that's cool. I'm going to get arrested. That's the consequence. But as long as I'm not hurting nobody, I'll just take the jail time. I'm not going to actually do that. And then that's a little bit excessive, but I don't think people should be all running around with fucking handguns, blowing them off in the sky. I was just, for an
Right. It's
example,
an example, y'all. It's an example.
yeah, just run out in the street and start yelling slurs and shit. You know what I mean? You're going to get your ass beat. You know what I mean? If you run down to
Like
Moncrief
Chuck
and
the
start,
Builder.
you know what I'm saying? You run down to Moncrief and start running at your mouth a bunch of, racial slurs and shit. You're
You'd be
probably
lucky
going
if
to
you get off that block.
Oh no, you ain't gonna make it off the block, son. You ain't gonna make it. No, you
You'd be
finna
lucky if you make it off that block.
What's gonna happen is what's called, you will have your ass capped and popped.
Like a motherfucker.
Have you ever had your ass capped and popped? It is not.
Yeah, like I said, when it comes to like I said, I didn't have an issue with none of those trans jokes and stuff, because at the end of the day, and people could disagree with me all they want. I'm not going to argue you, but there's certain things that you choose to be, and there's certain things that God just gave you. Like you're born with one eye. You're born with one arm. You're born black. You're born white. You're born Asian. You're like that's what's given to you. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? That's a but when you choose to say, "Hey, I want to live as a fucking giraffe,"
Yep.
and then everybody else get mad at, I mean, look at you
I'm a
like with
dog.
two heads. You know what I'm saying? And then I'm like, "No, but I'm a giraffe." No, bitch. No, that's what you chose. So guess what? Once you choose that, we choose to sit here and fucking berate you
Right.
because we think you're a crazy person.
If
You
you
know what I'm
think
saying?
you
Now, not
if you
saying
think
trans are crazy people, but I'm
no, no,
saying,
no. There's a whole lot of crazy people in the world. They're just in there. It's a spectrum. Uh, but like, if you think you're
you
a
ain't
cat
lying.
and you got to have a cat litter box in a fucking school classroom,
Yeah, we thought about that.
yeah, we did talk about that. That's a real motherfucking thing, and that's crazy that shit's happening right fucking now, bro.
Insane, man.
That's crazy.
Insane.
I don't give a fuck who you are. That's crazy. I understand trans people. I get it. It's the furries and the non-binary people I don't understand, and I don't mean that in a malicious way, folks. I mean, if
What?
you can tell me what that means and why that means that and how you came to the
Right.
conclusion that you're not a male or a female, you're just non-binary.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't understand it because there's non-binary and there's binary, which means there's this one and there's that one, which to me is binary.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
There's
Yeah. Let me tell you
anyways.
something. There's all of these things have came up because you have mentally ill people, right? And they needed something to attach to. So let's make up things.
And I think
And
people want to feel special.
yes, but guess what? Everybody ain't fucking special.
Nope.
There's kings and queens for a reason. There's court justice for a reason.
No
There's the fucking.
kings.
I'm just saying, like I got a hierarchies. You know what I'm saying? But there's those things for a reason. Like
Yeah.
there's gonna be the elite. There's gonna be the non-elite. There's gonna be people that should be in the elite, but
The
that may
bully
not
and the
make it
bullied.
because yeah, it's gonna always be those things. So it's like, what the fuck, man? Like, what are we
Called the
doing?
it's called the pecking order, and which is derived
Ah,
from literal chickens. Okay? Like literal chickens. That's where it comes, or birds in general. That's where it came from. Like if you're a scrawny little bird and you're
you ain't getting it.
or chicken and you can't
Too bad.
yeah, if you can't get to the food, motherfucker, to peck at your food, you're gonna get pushed out and you're
Strongest.
gonna eventually
Yeah.
die.
We
Survival of
need
the
more
fittest.
of the survival of the fittest.
Yeah.
You was just about to say it. You was just about.
Mhm. I did say it.
We need more of that.
Yeah.
There needs to, that is the main thing that needs to come back into the world, not America, not a Jacksonville, not none. In the world, we need to go back to survival of the fittest, damn near Hunger Games.
Well, it
You
leads
know?
to competition. It leads to diversity. It leads to competition. And I
Yes.
think that, and I've talked about this before too, but like you look at like athletes and comedians and like MMA fighters, like the
Mhm.
majority of the ones that are the best at what they do are the ones who came up hard. They had a hard life. They went through diversity, or they had a lot of bad shit happen to them, but you are given the opportunity through those bad things happening to you. You're given the opportunity to overcome and achieve
Mhm.
a higher status. That's what we need. And I think when the world becomes soft and there is no more adversity, there's no more hard times, there's no more tough, levels to reach. Like, could you imagine if like every video game was like the first level
You're
of like,
right.
like Super Mario Brothers, super easy. The first level is so easy. And if all the levels were exactly the same, what is that teaching
Be
us?
so
It's not teaching us
mundane.
anything. It's so boring,
Exactly.
and no one's going to be excellent. No one's going to strive for greatness.
Yep.
That's the thing I think that we're missing. I think that people want to do this, so get back to social media. They want to be able to get a camera, turn it on, and just think they're going to be the
Instantly
hottest
get
shit in the
money.
world.
Mm-hmm.
And they need to fall on their face. Back to comedy, the best thing that can happen for a comedian is to bomb. The best thing that can happen for
Yep.
them is to eat fucking shit.
Because it's gonna make or
Because
break you.
yeah, you're either going to go, okay, this ain't for me. Or
Yep.
you're going to go, oh shit, I bombed. I need to go back to the drawing board. And they're going to work
Mm-hmm.
twice as hard. And then they're going to come back with more piss and vinegar, and vigor, and they're going to work harder. I mean, and that's the thing. Like if everything is so easy at work and you just keep getting raise after raise, and you just, oh, this
Yep.
job is easy. I just come in here, wear a white coat, and get more money every time I come in. They're never going to strive for greatness. You know what I'm saying?
Every accomplishment you see us, and I mean us is a collective, comes from failure.
100%.
All of this that you see, even us sitting right here, like I could go down a list of shit that's going on with me right now. But guess what? I ain't gonna let it stop me. You get what I'm
Bro,
saying? Like, but
I'm a
I
pro at
failed before
losing.
to know I can't stop. I can't stop. I can't, like, I'm not a loser.
Oh, I am. I'm a professional loser.
Nah, I won't say that.
No, dude,
You, you
I'm just saying,
you've
like,
lost some
I've
things,
lost, and I've
but you're not a
failed.
loser.
I'm a professional failure. Like, and I say that not as a dig on myself. I'm not
I
saying
get you.
but
I get you.
I've gotten good at it. Like, it doesn't, I just, okay, don't miss a beat. You fucked that up. You failed. That sucked. Move the
Mm-hmm.
fuck on. And let's dig in and try harder. That's
Yeah,
what
that just makes you resilient. That doesn't make you a failure, though.
well, you have,
That makes you the phoenix, the one that could rise through the fire and all of that stuff. That's
but you
the people
have
that
to
I respect.
fail and you have to lose to get to
Yes.
that point. That's all I'm saying. When I
Yes.
call myself a loser, a professional loser, or a professional failure, I'm not saying it in a derogatory way, and I'm not like beating myself up. I'm just saying that, like, I've gotten really good at it. I've gotten good at going, okay, that didn't work. Move the fuck on and keep it popping. And that's all I'm saying. But
Still
um,
not a loser.
you shut the fuck up. I am. But at any rate,
We just take losses.
yeah. On that note,
And then our victories are bigger than our losses. That's all.
to
Long as
me,
your victory is bigger than your loss, that's
yeah.
all that matters.
And and success is subjective as to what it means to you.
Oh, yes.
A
So
lot of people
true.
think success is like, I gotta have a $3 billion yacht. Well, guess
Nah.
what, motherfucker? There's a guy that's coming up the pathway with a fucking $10 billion yacht. Are you gonna feel like you're a failure now? No, I
Oh, you
mean,
know what? It's so funny you say that because like the success that I desired in my teenage years, in my 20s, and in my 30s are totally different.
mhm,
Only thing that stays the same is that I want to be comfortable financially.
right.
That's it. I know woes and life shit's gonna happen, but financially, that's the only thing that stayed the same. Is I need to be comfortably comfortable financially. Other than that, I want to fucking go on tour for the rest of my life when I was in
Mhm.
my teenage years. When I want to, get signed to a fucking record label. None of that shit. I want to do none of that now. You get
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like I still want to travel the world. It's just a different. I don't want to tour out, but I want to travel the fucking world. So it's like those now. My goals are, you know, building a business and getting more stuff, getting more equipment and stuff like that for the so I could build an empire. You get what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
the things that will make me happy now
Level
is
up.
to own a building and to go into my own office and get phone calls from big businesses saying, "Hey, we need your business." That's
Mhm.
the things that are gonna fucking make me cream. You know what I'm saying? Like, other than that, like, I don't give a fuck about nothing else. If it ain't about me making big business moves,
Mhm.
that's not even, I don't think about
Well,
what was in my 20s and all of that.
when I interviewed people early in my early podcast interviewee thing, I used to ask at the end of every episode, "How do you define success, and do you feel successful?" I don't ask that
Mm.
fucking stupid question anymore because the thing
That's
is,
stupid.
and no, the reason I called it stupid is because it's basic, okay? Because if you are someone who is a success, you're going to experience many successes in life. You're not going to settle for one. You're going to have a success after success. Everything you do, you're going to strive for success. No matter whether it's just going down the street to get a coffee, success, or,
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
landing $1 million deal, success, but then what's next? Then it's going to be the
Your
next
kid
thing.
graduating,
You just,
success.
yeah, and even if you demote yourself, you're going to find a success there, so it's
Facts.
not always about going up, 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 up. It's just, it could be lateral, it could be down, it could be humbling yourself, it could be whatever it is, but whatever you set your mind to, if you achieve that, that's a success. I raised
Yeah.
kids They're alive. They have good families. They got, they're healthy. That's a success. I've worked at a job for, the past 10 years without getting fired. Success. I mean, these are all successes. It doesn't, to me, but whatever it is to you, that's your success. And I think
Yeah.
that people need to accept the successes, stay humble, and focus on what's up next.
Yep.
And
Yeah, I agree.
I think that's a good place to end it, man.
Yeah, I
We're,
agree, man.
we're
I
like an
agree.
hour and a half, hour 45,
I'm sure we had two, about two.
maybe two, maybe two, getting close.
No, this is a good one, man. We
Oh,
needed
dude,
this one for
we got
sure.
fired the
I'm
fuck
glad
up.
we ain't. Oh yeah, oh yeah. We needed this one, man. It's just,
Yeah.
to end it off, y'all. Life is life, but at the same time, we know we're here for a short time, and a lot of people don't think about it, when you're younger. But when you get to, your 30s and 40s and all of that stuff like that, you really start reflecting back on, times that you may have think that you lost, or times that you think that uh, you didn't do your best and all of that stuff. But guess what? It's all, as long as you still have today, you got another chance to make it happen. And every day, that's all I tell myself. Like, you got another chance. And I pray to God as well when I wake up in the morning, like, thank you, God, for giving me another chance to try to make something happen. As well as thank you for the yesterday, for what you gave me yesterday, And whether you pray or whatever the case may be, but always keep that positive attitude. Like, even when it's negative. Like I said, we talked about earlier. I don't care. Like, I may be in my head, but guess what? I still have to have a positive outlook on certain things, and then I just go do something else until I can get back focused again. We all can't just stay in that same realm where we always focus, focus, focus. Sometimes you're gonna be so disoriented that you just like, I can't do anything. I just need to literally just put my phone down or
Disconnect.
just turn a podcast on and just exist for a sec for at least 2 days. And then after that, the next 345 days out of the 365, I'm busting my ass. You know what I'm saying? But guess what? I did more busting my ass of the year than I did less. But I needed those 20 something days to get my mind going. So
Yeah.
just remember that, y'all. Take that time out to recalibrate yourself, get back to the world, go touch some grass, go get, you know what I'm saying? Go do things that you did as a child. Go fucking skip rocks. Go do something. Like, you know what I mean? Like, just do something that is not of the ordinary to get you back to who you are. Because we all lose ourselves for a little bit, but long as you don't, I'm sorry, we all lose ourselves, but just don't get so lost that you can't find yourself again.
Yeah.
So that's my ending.
That's it, man. All right. Well, I love you, brother, and I look forward to seeing you again next week. And don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, please go follow this man. Okay.
Vice versa.
Jamaica Network on YouTube, Undiluted Vision on YouTube and Instagram. I think you have, and it's Urban Curse on Instagram as well. Go follow all his Instagrams and then subscribe to his YouTube channels. You're not gonna be, you'll be happy, bro. I promise.
I know.
Yeah, and that's where you can find all of these podcasts as well. So, but that's it,
Not to
man.
mention on Great Beard Podcast, where every week he has another guest. Okay, even though he does this with me as well, he's on every Saturday. And I missed last Saturday. My bad.
It's all good, man.
Because I had a
It was
bunch
a
of shit
fun one
going
though.
on. But yeah, like all of that, man. Y'all just make sure y'all go follow everything from Great Beard Podcast to Great Beard Photo Co. What's the other one? What's the other one? What's the other one?
It,
What's the
man.
other one? That's two.
That's
That's
it.
both. Yeah,
That's
that's
all
both
I
of
pay
them. Yeah.
attention to. I don't
And
pay
make sure y'all
attention
go
to
see
none of it.
Jim next week at Bear Assets. He's shaking the leg.
That's right. I'm gonna make this booty clap.
I got the arms. He got the legs.
Shit, my little chicken ass. All right, that's it. Have a good night. We'll see you next week. Love ya.